Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to High Rollers with, I guess, your typical Dungeon Master or Dungeon Mistress this time. But yeah, looking a little bit different. I'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, hi. Welcome, everybody. Joining me this week are our usual players. We have... We've got Rhiannon, we've got Trot, and we have Kim. And then on the other side... we have our gamer god Tom and Katie as well. I thought you would like that.
I do like that.
I thought you would. I thought you would.
Something.
Just anything.
Oh my god! I gotta go for a second, guys.
That's me.
Hang on a sec. Let me just excuse myself.
Hi. So you might be wondering, Mark looks a little different today. No, this isn't a cosplay. It's not a costume. So if you've not been familiar, I've been doing a subathon this week where basically I've been streaming every day, and I've also been celebrating my gender fluidity, and I've been streaming as Mara, my sort of feminine expression, and the timer hit Sunday, and so here I am DMing High Rollers. Thanks to some very generous people. But yeah, so when looking like this, I like to go by Mara and she, her, and all that kind of stuff, and that's it. We're just going to carry on. I'm still the same DM. I'm still the same person, just looking and maybe acting a little bit differently today, and that's it. With that, it's also, we've got a couple of birthdays to celebrate as well.
Oh, do
Happy
we?
birthday. It was Chris Trot last week. We had Trot's birthday last week.
I'm a real big boy now.
You're a big boy. You got you got creme brulee and lovely steak.
Yeah, and a blood pressure test.
And a blood pressure. Wow.
Welcome to this era.
Welcome.
It's time to start worrying.
How's your prostate?
Yeah, I was going to say, next time you go to the GP, woo! Special time. Happy
It's okay,
birthday.
Doc, I brought the lube.
And it is my birthday tomorrow, which is really fun. So I like to imagine that it's like, because I genuinely, I feel like exceptionally younger when I'm like Mara. So it's like Mark's 39th, but it's Mara's 29th birthday. It's like that kind of idea. But yes, so birthdays, and that's, I can't think of anything else that needs, Kim?
I would like one because we were kind of happy Lunar New Year. It is still technically Lunar New Year until next Wednesday, Year of the Snake. Year of the Snake. Which is...
He was so into that.
I know, like, little snake. Could you keep doing that while I...
Hello?
Yes? You just wanted to shoehorn your big stupid phone
His
in
brick
it.
phone.
Look at this stupid thing.
It's cool as
that
hell.
he's done.
It's like
So
an alien
silly.
isolation.
Look at
It reminds me of a Game & Watch from like the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was going to
Yes.
say, so the Year of the Snake symbolizes rebirth and transformation, which I think is an absolutely perfect thing for all of us at the table to celebrate this year. So happy Lunar New Year to you all.
Yes.
Mwah.
Mwah. Happy New Year.
Snake.
Snake.
Oh, okay.
Anything else to...
No.
Yeah, that's going to be the stream. That's it. That's where we are today.
Anything else to mention this week? Any other announcements or anything?
Birthday merch collection?
Birthday merch collection.
Yes, it's like in our last
You have 1 week left.
1 week left.
This is your 1 week wording,
remaining.
and then it's gonna go.
It's going to be gone
For those
forever.
that don't know what's available,
Stuff is available.
Stuff is available.
So,
Full screen it. Full cams.
oh, here he goes again.
Do it. No, the other
Sam
one. Not
doesn't know
that
what
one.
to do. There we go.
There it is.
That's available.
all of this stuff.
It's basically some Erois stuff and some Lightfall merchandise that we released a really long time ago. And if you missed it, then it's your chance to grab some bits.
Yeah.
So last week, and then it will be gone. So grab it while you can.
Grab it while you
Yeah.
can. Absolutely.
I like the Starbeam mug.
Subbing mug, very popular. One of the big sellers, I think, as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
gonna
still
go.
proud of myself for coming up with that idea.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
He's got it right
look,
there.
He's got it right there.
Here it is.
A delicious
I was
cup of
about
coffee.
to like.
Chug it.
Like
No,
gravy,
I-
pour it into your
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
Like, ugh.
No.
I'm not
Be
going
sensible.
to.
Be sensible.
not
Against the wall.
Here's how durable it is.
There was a look of regret very similar to when I went to eat a banana on stream the other day, and I was like, why am I doing this? That's a terrible idea. It's an awful idea. Anyway, with that, let's run the intro, and then we will jump into today's game.
Huzzah.
Hello and welcome back to High Rollers Altheya the Dragon Empire. Our heroes have spent a few weeks in Ashen Rest working on various projects and outfitting their inn, Tyria's Rest, to their various needs. An arcane workshop has been built for Xanthias, and a druidic sanctuary potentially for Gruff as well. Ophelia has followed an Ossian ritual to carve a necrotic wooden heart that would enable her to enhance an undead minion with extra capabilities. Whilst Daisy has researched the celestial rod that the party discovered in a troll's lair. Seeking out Blackwing, the elven mage, they discovered that it was called Zerachiel, Word of the Legion, and that it is a powerful relic that was once given to a celestial warlock for the aid in tracking down celestial spirits. However, this rod is pact-locked and would only function for a warlock bound to the correct patron. Blackwing has advised Daisy to seek out someone who had more underworld dealings with planar magic items who could potentially unlock this relic. Meanwhile, Rowan delved into researching the Proto-Magi following his recent encounters and strange visions in the Ash Hills. Through careful study, Rowan has learned that the mysterious events in the Rustwale Woods north of Ashen Rest may be connected to a yet undiscovered vault. And that is where we begin again today. A fresh new morning in Tyria's Rest. A small little bit of admin before I want to hand it over to Rowan, I think, who expressed a desire to maybe speak with the group about his findings.
Yeah.
Gruff, Kim.
Hello.
Mainly because you weren't with us in the last time.
That's the quickest.
So I wanted to go over the options for your druid sanctuary in the garden. The base cost will be 300 gold in raw materials and 200 gold in enchanting supplies, so about 500 gold. It takes up half of the garden. So basically you would, and this would include your pond. So with the runestone of hearth and home that Rowan has, the garden's limits for space are now filled up with the druidic sanctuary, right? That would take up all of the space. It would take about 5 days to build and about 7 days of downtime for you to attune to the space, because you would need to spend time sort of meditating here. And we can make that retroactive. We can say that that's been going on for the last while. What this does, though, is you would have a sanctuary which would contain a stone structure or perhaps a small hermitage, like a small building or shrine, and various rune stones, and the planting of various plants and trees depending on the land type that you choose. Each sanctuary is attuned to either arid, polar, temperate, or tropical. I think it would be polar, right? Yeah, absolutely. And what that would mean is that magically that part of the garden would have a polar climate. So it would be, you would have a little bit of ice heart here in Cauldre.
You can go ice fishing.
In my pond.
Into your pond, yeah. And all the plants it would enable the plants and creatures to thrive there if they were native to that environment, right? The benefits. So by spending 1 hour performing a ritual here and providing a suitable offering, about 25 gold of rare plants, incense, a small gemstone, etc., a druid can choose one of the following benefits. Once per day, attract a tiny beast that can deliver a message as per the spell Animal Messenger, cast at 3rd level.
Hell
so
yeah.
you basically get to have a little carrier pigeon or a weasel or whatever you want, basically. Yeah,
Penguin.
Sure. Yeah.
Pengling.
Although a penguin, the moment it leaves the aura of this snow climate,
Oh, it's fucking hot!
oh god damn! Lights a cigarette.
Why would it light
Off the door.
Sorry, that voice just gave this penguin so much character in my head. Jeez Louise, you wouldn't believe where I've been today, honey.
Really? That message?
But being cast at 3rd level, it would enable it to basically reach Ice Heart. That would be like the limits it travel to. Your other option instead of that is, well, this is on like a 7-day recharge, is you can actually gain 1 additional spell slot of a level up to your proficiency bonus, that once you use that spell slot, it's gone until you get this ability back again. So think of it as like a 1-use extra spell slot of right now, I think it would be 3rd level, for your proficiency bonus.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
So you,
I have 4th level.
4th level. Okay, so you get an extra 4th level spell slot that basically once you've used, it's gone until you recharge this, and it's a 7-day recharge. And then the last thing is potential upgrades. The Sanctuary has 3 unbound spirit stones. The Druid can have a nature or animal spirit bound to these stones, providing different benefits depending on the type of spirit. So very Studio Ghibli, very kind of like you might meet a nature spirit out in the world or an animal spirit, and you would need to convince them, or if you know, I don't imagine this would be Gruff, but some Druids might forcibly try and sort of bind it to them and things like that.
Yeah, no.
But I imagine Gruff would like convince them to come and be part of the Sanctuary. But those would be upgrades that you would need to find out whilst you're questing. All right?
Awesome.
And yeah, if you want to just spend that 500 gold, we can say that has all been happening during the downtime.
I already spent it because we had a little catch up
there
in
you go.
downtime, and I already
Perfect.
took it off. And I took off your 500 for the.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent.
Did you just call me a bitch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
fair.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, it was very fair. Right, now, last thing, before we jump into some lovely RP, Crucible of Fate, please.
Yes. Whoa, where'd that go? Oh yeah, keeping it.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
I should have flibbity beep beeped a bit more.
Oh, right. Well,
Well, let's go around, starting with Katie.
5.
That's a dice for you.
I got a 5.
A dice for you as well, my darlings.
I got 2.
Oh, a lovely, a dice for me. What a treat.
I got a 2-2.
Another one for me. Lovely.
6.
Oh, a dice for you.
Down.
And then a 3. Oh, lovely. An even
Three and
Steve.
three.
Scales of fate.
Balance the scales. Perfect. So with that, we find ourselves, perhaps it is a fresh morning at Tyria's Rest. You come downstairs or from your various bedrooms, making plans for the day. The downtime now coming to a sort of an end. About a week ago, you experienced the Volant Vault. And ever since the magic of Altheya, there has been a subtle change in the air, and even some of you have found that some of your sort of natural abilities have shifted, changed ever so slightly.
This is something we've had enough time to like train in and understand as well,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. One of the reasons I wanted it to happen in downtime, Ophelia, you have managed to contact the Grave Father, concerned that your Visage of Dread was no longer working, discovering that this is, your connection to the Greylands is maybe a little weaker and it needs time to rebuild, and you need to practice your necromancy to sort of uncover these kind of powers again. For Xanthias, it would be learning more about your runic magic, maybe learning some new spells as part of your new spells that you can use.
Breaks a barrier and unlocks a few doors in the process. Damn it, Thunderstep! I miss you already, my bae.
Exactly.
What's wrong with you today?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Where do we start?
I know exactly what's wrong with him. He's been up till 3-4 in the morning pretending to be a blacksmith. That's what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you, and even the people of Altheya, you've encountered mages and soldiers and things like that, and everyone's sort of discussing that, whatever happened with that vault, it seems to have spread not just over Caldra, but across Ilmera, across perhaps even Altheya itself.
I've got one less charisma point now.
Yeah.
I now have Starry Wisp as a cantrip. And my background is no longer archaeologist.
My background.
I say this
My
in
entire history has just changed as well. It's really odd.
I'm no longer a fisherman.
Really?
Yes.
You forgot.
I just forgot. I don't know how to do it anymore.
Okay.
But where should we begin this kind of scene of a beginning of a day? Has anybody got any ideas of what their characters are doing, or ways that this new episode or this new season might begin?
Wake up wanking.
What's wrong with you?
Leave the table right now. Go sit in the corner.
It's been like
starting a season, like that.
It's been like 2 years. I've been waiting for the show to come back. I can't wait to see my favorite character, Rowan, again.
Go sit in the corner until you can behave
you guys
yourself.
is like, what's that noise?
What? Okay. I imagine.
What is happening?
I
I think Rowan's dying in there.
Ron wakes up from
No,
his
we're
dream.
not doing this scene.
Oh, the dream where
He
you're
wakes up from the nightmare.
hard fucking a rock.
Oh my god.
Ron's not doing that.
No.
Ron just wakes up.
Okay.
And someone else is taking the season opening.
Maybe.
I have a nice idea.
Let's go with that, Kim. Let's go with your nice idea.
How is my energy weird?
Both of you are.
Yeah.
I was playing the blacksmith game too.
We need shock collars. We need shock collars, honestly.
Oh, God.
Carry on.
God.
And see.
Gruff is outside in the shrine.
Wait, we role-playing now?
We are rolling.
Okay, good.
You bitch.
All right.
Yes, I don't know because he gets up early, so maybe it's early in the morning, if anyone is watching or seeing. But given the change of magics that has happened, and his attunement with this new shrine, he senses there's something a little different that he can do, and he has his old staff with him, the one that used to be able to summon the illusory Seren, and he has that out. And after a moment's thought, you'd see him, like, looking at his staff, and then he bangs it twice on the ground.
Rowan was doing that too.
And instead of an illusory Seren, the magic comes out, the green, the green kind of sparks of light and motes of energy.
Yeah.
But a real life ice diver comes to life on the top of the staff and flexes its wings.
Yeah, we hear like its shrill bird call as the wings extend out, almost like stretching, as if awakening from a sleep, as if, just waking up from a nap. And we see that, that statue becomes very, very real, as I believe you're casting Find Familiar.
Yeah, Find Familiar.
Whoa.
And, Wild Companion essentially now. And Gruff can now summon an actual Seren, actually summon Seren.
Nice.
And you notice that when you summon Seren, there is something ever so slightly magical now about Seren. Seren was just a natural ice diver, but now there is a touch of something magical. And would you like this to be celestial or Fey energy that's kind of connected to them? I would recommend Fey because it's a bit more connected to the natural world.
Yeah.
So there is something of Seren which kind of, maybe those motes of green light, maybe it was the enchantment that the mage who made your staff has sort of connected to, and there is this slight magical element to Seren now. And you have access to your new familiar.
And I think, Gruff would take a moment and just look at her and maybe almost feel like the cold on her wings, and if anyone was close enough, you would see that there are tears in Gruff's eyes. And he just kind of takes the moment and Seren.
Just immediately flies from the top of the staff. And I like to imagine that maybe the staffs remain stuck in the ground, because it's like snowy ground now, right? Like the ground has become soft, and as you slammed it into the ground, it's now kind of locked in place as flies from the little perch on the staff and just lands on your shoulder as Seren would when you would come to feed them or tend to them, and begins to kind of like nuzzle your neck and then nuzzle up against your hair. Immediately begins cawing like, hungry, basically. Like Seren is hungry and it's like, feed me. But just acting as if no time has passed, just as if it was back home.
Oh, my heart, how I've missed you. Hopefully, maybe I can summon your sister too.
And just kind of like caws and looks around, kind of taking in the new environment, basically.
You hear like a dull, glassy thud coming from like the top second floor behind you, and Rowan is pressed up against his bedroom window.
Why, Siaska?
And then you hear some thudding of running down the stairs.
What did you say?
Siaska?
Who's Siaska?
Not Siaska. Fuck me.
It's a hard reset, like several years there, bud.
Dude, he's had a birthday. He doesn't know where he is.
Never heard.
Chalice Fowl.
I need a blood pressure. Rowan treads down the stairs. And he's
It was
barreling.
embarrassing. I had to remember. I was like, what's Talis Var? I was like, what is that?
That's deep lore.
Yeah,
Do you know where Laura Glenodal was?
that's right. My favorite elf, the Glenodal.
New fans are going to love this shit.
Anyway, references to our very first campaign. Anyway, so Rowan, you come running downstairs. Thump, 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 thump.
What's happening? What's this? Ooh, is this
Well, also, Rowan, like, as you get outside, like, when you step over that threshold, there's that, like, you forget that, like, you step into, like, this Arctic kind of, like, it suddenly gets really chilly as you step into this half of the garden.
To the threshold.
And I will whistle and send Saren to fly
This
to you.
quite large, like, cormorant-esque bird flies over towards you, Rowan, kind of circles around you and then lands on your shoulder.
Hello?
She's rather well trained, my boy.
Big bird.
Make an animal handling check, Gruff.
Animal handling. Okay.
Oh no.
Feel it. No, he's fate.
Oh, it's a 4, but plus 7,
Oh.
so that's an 11.
There's no poop. If you'd roll a 1, there'd be a poop.
Yeah, there'd
but
This,
Hello.
my dear boy, is Saren.
Saren, it's so good to see you. You're so tangible now.
It seems
Can I pet them? Are they petable?
you can. And I'll whistle again, and they land on your shoulder.
sort of duck their head down, almost waiting for scritches along their long, slender neck.
Beautiful. Hello. Good screech.
It seems with a change of magic, I don't know, I just suddenly felt this connection, maybe with the shrine and whatever's happened since the vault, and I just called for her, and she's here.
Yeah, there's something about that vault that sent something out. I feel it too. I feel some slight changes in the magics of the land.
A blessing, to be honest, if this is what I can do now.
Yeah, there might be some downsides, but depends on how you rolled your character, frankly.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
God, Rowan is suddenly transcending through, like, the planes.
Become the Deadpool of Altheya.
I know.
You can break the fourth
I
wall.
see, Asker.
But yeah, so
That's me.
we see the scene. What's like Ophelia up to?
I imagine after hearing Rowan thunder down the stairs, Ophelia will wake up and be like, today's the day! They're ready! Ah! And she's going to fly out of bed and fling open the inn door after getting ready and doing all her hair.
I like to imagine Percy's maybe chasing after you.
Yeah,
Like you're so
that's
excited,
it.
like he's trying to get the last few bits done
Yeah.
and like chasing after you as you're sort of running downstairs and
Oh, good morning, Rowan. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Rolf. Hello. Who's this?
This is Saren. Saren, this is Sister Ophelia
Oh,
of
she's
the House of
beautiful.
Blood.
Bird.
The famous Saren.
In the flesh.
around, craning her long neck around.
Have you noticed some changes since the vault?
I didn't want to dwell on it. I feel like it's my connection to the grave father. Something's gone wrong, and I
Gone
don't.
wrong?
Well, I don't. It feels different, and I don't. I don't like it. I don't like that it feels different. You know what I mean? Like,
But it has its upsides.
I
pointing at Sarah.
suppose there are changes, yes, but it doesn't feel the same. I don't feel the same strength, the same connection.
Do you want some food? Maybe some food?
No. I need to go. I need to go off to the printing shop. I think my
You want to
flyers.
read a book?
No, my flyers are all ready. I need to go pick up my flyers. That's
Oh.
why I'm up so early.
Do you need a hand? Do you want me to carry something?
I don't mind. I mean, if you're not
Or have
busy.
you got
but-
Percy doing it?
I mean, Percy can come with. I guess Percy will help me do it. But if
I'll help
I don't
you
mind.
carry it.
Okay, thank you. You ready to go now?
Do a couple more scritches on Sarah.
Oh yes, I'll do some scritches.
A couple scritches.
Beautiful.
Can I
It's
feed them
cold.
some
Hang on, it's
pocket lint?
it's cold. There's snow on the ground. What's going on?
Oh, yes, that'll be my shrine. I seem to have harnessed some energy of Isart and brought a little of Isart here.
This is amazing.
I was going to say for Ophelia, I think that the temperature of Iceheart would feel closer to your home back in Osseous. It's quite a cold climate in Osseous.
Temperature of the crypt.
Very much so, yes.
Are their
Absolutely.
shrines like looking at each other?
Well, like Gruff's, I mean, I don't know what you imagine it to be, but it's not necessarily a shrine. It's a sanctuary. So it's really up to you. Like a hermitage can be basically like a small little stone cave, or it could be like a kind of very druidic kind of altar-looking thing, or it could just be like some menhirs or like standing stones. It's really up to you. I imagine it's all kind of around where the pond is.
Yeah.
I imagine the pond is
Should be
kind of the
menhir,
focus
really.
point.
Why would that be? Let's try it. I don't know, it's a good name, isn't it?
The fate of a menhir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
If you slip me some money, it could be a menu.
Sponsored by. This
Hashtag.
Druid Sanctuary is sponsored by.
Sponsored
Hashtag.
by.
Black.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, whereas like Ophelia's is like a little church, like it's this little stone and wooden church building, all very dark and gothic, obviously, but very different kind of vibes. But yeah, they're kind of very close. Like you would have to go through the garden to kind of get to the shrine in some.
I imagine they're not
so.
literally parallel to each other.
No.
Well, he's kind of around the corner a bit.
You're gonna have a shrine off, aren't you? One's gonna get slightly bigger.
Mine's big now.
You got the towers in Ashton Rest.
No, I'm ready to go, Ophelia, if you would like to skedaddle.
Okie dokie. I want to come back to this snowy place, though. It feels a little bit more like home. I
Doesn't
like
look like it's going anywhere, right, Gruff?
No, I think this is it for now.
Oh, well, could I come and sit in it for a little while later? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'd be honoured.
Oh, I'd love to. Oh, thank you. Be back in a little bit then.
You
Let's
see
go.
Daisy standing in the kitchen at the window, glaring with
Glaring
hair
at the
everywhere.
snow.
You're so loud and it's so early in the morning.
Hello.
Hi, bye.
Half the day's basically gone now.
Ophelia and Rowan like out the door, like making
We're
their
going to
way
get
out.
some flyers, apparently.
Leaving Daisy. So we see Daisy kind of glaring at everyone from the window.
She'll rub her eyes and then go to the door and then go, snow! Gruff, what's happened? There's snow. And she's immediately going to get on the ground and make a snow angel.
Yeah.
Right. Say
You know, there's almost this very faint snowfall that's like always falling in this area. And it ebbs and flows, but yeah, like as Daisy, you're making the snow angels, like over time it would slowly be covered back up. But yeah, it's very cold for a cauldron who's only ever lived in Cauldron.
No, she's going to do it for a couple seconds,
Yeah.
get up and go, why did I do that? And then run back inside again.
Yeah. And it's freezing cold. Like, it's that real excitement of like a brand new experience, like something you've heard about, you've read stories about, you've seen pictures of, but actually getting to feel it and touch it. And it's so just this magical moment for like really understanding it. As you sort of run back in, Daisy, and you maybe run back up to your room, like your clothes are now a little bit damp and wet and your hair's kind of got the same thing as well. Do we see what Xanthias is up to maybe?
In Xanthias' head, if you indulge me for just a moment, spotlight, pose, spotlight, new outfit, spotlight, audience of people cheering, spotlight, walking, spotlight,
strut,
sunglasses,
strut.
Spotlight,
Hair,
Ophelia's
nails.
pissed off.
Sunglasses come back.
Ophelia's pissed off, spotlight, crowd, spotlight, some dragonborn in the distance, spotlight, robed guy, I wake up.
Oh, I like that. I like the idea that it gets creepier.
Yeah, like in the dream, he's like perfect,
Loving
immaculate. Then he wakes up, his like head is upside down, there's drool going up his face,
Yeah.
and I just like start awake, like way after everyone else.
You hear a kind of
spilling out of
thump,
bed.
thump, 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 as like Daisy comes running back.
She'll knock on Xanthias' door. Don't roll about in the snow, it's really freaking cold.
What do you mean snow?
Snow! There's snow.
How long was I asleep for?
It's winter now.
Oh my! I've missed so much.
Well, I mean, even in winter, I don't think you would get snow in Cauldron because, like, you know, it's so.
Daisy, what the fuck is snow?
Do you ever read? Clearly not.
Asked a very prominent roleplay question
Oh
for
damn!
Xanthias.
Do I?
Do I? I suppose I do.
You probably would have
Yeah.
heard of snow.
I've heard of reading.
You've heard of reading.
What do you mean snow, Daisy?
In the garden.
Oh no.
Gruff made it snow.
Gruff! Well, okay, I guess Gruff's not here. Rowan?
Sight, they can't hear you.
These windows are immaculately soundproof.
You're at the other side of the house.
I'm far away from everyone.
You're here. They're
like-
all the way back there.
Oh, I thought the garden was here.
No, it's there.
No, your bedrooms are at the front.
They're at the front of
you
the-
face
We're at
into
the
the
back.
main
Step,
street.
step. Gruff!
What is it, Xanthias? Are you in trouble?
I heard about snow. What's happening?
You hear a whistle. I imagine are you like, where
I'm
are
like, like going around the balcony, heading down the stairs,
you? Okay.
ready to come outside.
As soon as you go outside, a snowball hits you in the face.
A fireball comes back.
I'm being attacked! Ah!
What is this? Who was that?
Good morning, Xanthias.
Oh, I hate this already. What is this?
Welcome to my little corner
A
of the world.
nosebleed.
There was a rock in that snow.
Oh.
I spend 1 fate point and I don't.
Oh.
You hear thump, 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 thump. Daisy comes back down, but she's completely bundled up in scarves and loads of clothes. And then she comes back out into the snow and makes a snowball and throws it at Xanthias.
So wet already.
Welcome to my little corner of the world, Xanthias.
You really cut this out from the usual cauldron. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm so tired. It's lovely.
Thank you.
It's cold.
Also, what do you think of this? And I whistle, and Seren appears over your
And a fireball comes out. We're eating tonight. Wait, I know that. That's the
Seren.
Seren. Yes, Seren. I don't know why I said it. Like I guess I would. Seren. That's Seren.
That's my dear sweet Seren. I can actually summon her in real life.
But
now.
it's not like it was all blue before.
This is her.
The real actual.
Real actual.
Wow! It flew all this way.
I'll be honest, I don't know. Ever since the Volan Vault, I felt this connection, and now she's here.
Oh, you all feel different as well? Weird. I feel great.
I don't seem to be able to shape water as much anymore.
But you were so good at that.
I know.
It was so useful.
Exactly.
That's a real shame.
It's a real fuck.
What a nerf.
Yeah. Damn. You really got debuffed there, huh?
Best spell, honestly.
Meanwhile, as you're having this conversation, so Ophelia and Rowan, you make it over to Toombs and Company Printing Hub. And this is still quite early, and as you approach, the young gnomish woman, Prida, is basically opening the shop up, like opening up all the shutters and, kind of getting the outside looking, maybe bringing the sign out and things like that, like specials, romance, action, sort of things like that, kind of, putting a little board out for the front. And she sees you. Oh, hello, my dear. Hello. Are you here for your pamphlets?
Yes, I am, yes.
Oh, we've got them in. They're looking wonderful.
Oh, amazing.
Your lovely little illustrations as well. Our team loved working on them.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
And she goes in and she fetches a box, quite a substantial sized box, and it's all been neatly printed up. It's in a beautifully kind of ribbon wrapped box, stamped with Toombs and Company Printing House, which is a logo of. It looks like a gravestone on sort of in front of a tower, basically, like a little watchtower, and there's like a gravestone in front of it, and it has the sort of name printed around the outside. And she's like, "Here you are, my dear," and she kind of brings it over to you. And she opens it up for you and shows you the first one.
Amazing! They look incredible.
I'm so glad that you're pleased with them. No, we had obviously this is quite a new thing for us, working on sort of religious pamphlets and teachings and things like that. But we do hope you appreciate the work, and we're very glad for your business.
Thank you so much for helping me with my little request.
Of course. And and I've said this to you and to you as well, Mr. Rowan as well. Lovely to see you again.
Oh yes.
Yes. We've met before. And was the books on the Proto-Magi useful to you?
Yeah, very, very useful actually.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you find out anything interesting?
Yep. By the way, I got some stuff to say about the research I found. That might set us on a new adventure.
Oh, wonderful!
And with stories.
Yeah, I was going to say,
one.
anything you let. Please, yes, we'd be delighted to buy that the information from you and
He's got good
for publication. And,
Well, I've got a collaborative story with our adventuring party very recently.
oh, really?
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Volan Vault.
Volan Vault.
Volan Vault.
She
the
was on it.
comet.
I was.
Oh, wonderful! Yes,
know
we
you were
would
gonna say
love
that
to
one.
hear about that.
We've been on so many.
Should I schedule
3, 2,
an
1,
interview?
crown steel pile.
What's that?
Should we schedule an interview to have I can come down and take some information and notes from you?
Sure.
Yes, absolutely. Would tonight be all right?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful! I will come by this evening and we can have a little chat about what you discovered, what you learned.
Yep. Do you like, what do you eat?
Oh, no, you
what
don't have to
drinks?
worry about that. No, you don't
Do you
have to
like
worry.
coffee?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But yes, that's fine. All right.
We haven't hosted yet.
Oh,
we
no, it would just be a very casual interview just to get some of the details down. And
What if it's not warm enough,
Because I
then?
need to send it to head office in Kelskaris to see
Right.
if they're interested in buying the greater story, you see. So, it will be to get a few details and I send it to
Well, I haven't
Mr.
really fleshed
Toombs.
out the idea,
Well, if you need a bit more time, that's fine, but let me
some
come and
characters.
get the basic details.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
All right, very good.
Tonight.
Well, I hope you enjoy the pamphlets.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Most welcome. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Waves goodbye.
I'll carry them if you want.
You may carry them if you wish.
Oh!
Wait, what?
Oh, this is why you were doing lino printing.
Wait, you actually made them?
That's so.
Well, Rowan's the only one who's got it so far. So
You're not allowed to look. Crap, I didn't
yeah,
know.
Rowan, the box is open, you
Smells
see
like
them sort of
leaflet.
arrayed inside.
Did you say smells like leaflet?
Yep. The House of Blood welcomes you to a congregation.
Congregation. Yes, I went for.
Wow, very fancy, huh?
Yes, well,
Ceremony to follow at Tyria's Rest.
I have plans.
Can I look inside? I'm looking inside. Here I go. That's a lot of words, Ophelia.
There's lots of things to say.
How much was this print?
Oh well, I paid for it with my platinum, so
Your platinums.
well.
You also got your own gold from the Duke
I
and
got a
things like
little
that as
bit.
well. Yeah.
Oh, this is a lovely drawing.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Did you do that?
No, that was just a request that
A
I
commission?
made. Yes, a commission. Yes.
Lovely.
They had to replicate it by hand.
It looks just like your shrine.
Ah, thank you. Yes, that's what I was going for. It's a guide to guide people.
Hold
to a new
on, what's
home.
that? Is that a rock?
That's yours. That's your rock.
Is that my rock?
That's your rock.
Rowan starts tearing up.
Well, it's part of the inn. I had to put it
Made
in
it into
there.
the leaflet.
Yeah, and there's the tree. There's the triangle tree.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Well, as you,
Look at
Rowan
this
reads
home.
through,
Everybody else
yeah,
can-
Rowan, you
there's
start
two.
reading through.
Because this is fresh news to me and I had no idea you were making this. Do you mind if I put this on the Patreon
No,
for
not
people
at
to look
all.
at? There you go. It'll be on the Patreon if
be
you want
on
to
the
see this.
Patreon.
Oh my god, this is so good.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I know
but
that
well,
rock anywhere.
let's say that Ophelia and Rowan, you make your way back, you enter the inn, and yeah, you all see Rowan and Ophelia come in with this box full of these pamphlets.
Gruff, I don't know about this. This is far too cold, actually. I'm just gonna go back into the house. I like it warm.
You just need some better clothing.
I think I do need better clothing.
Yes.
I simply have to go back to Miss Teach.
Well, I was going to say, are you wearing your nicer clothing that you got?
Yeah,
from
I am.
Yeah, so actually, yeah, you would all notice that, that last few days, Xanthius has been wearing a rather fabulous little outfit since the St. Typhoon's Day Festival.
Yeah, which is art-wise almost identical, but it's just a nicer fabrics, nicer patterns. I think
Bit more
the older
embellishment.
ones, might have had some of the patterning might have rubbed away or disappeared over time. Whereas this is clean,
Embroidered rather than being a kind of
Yeah.
painted on design and things like that. But yeah, you make your way back, and Ophelia and Rowan. Rowan is sat at one of the tables looking through. Is the wording perhaps a little interesting
it's
as Rowan
there.
wording?
Very interesting.
It's right there.
It's quite.
Ophelia,
Yeah. Well, it's Ophelia, isn't it? So.
when we
Because I've not seen these yet.
When we
I should point
return-
out I've not seen these.
when we get to the front door, do you want to enter with drama?
Always.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm gonna kick the door in.
Oh, okay. Well, not too hard.
Here we go!
Okay.
Boom! I kick the door in.
None of us are in there. We're in the garden.
What was that bang? Did you hear that?
I heard that.
We're under attack.
I'm a snowball.
Hello?
Oh, ice and fire. A nice combo.
Hello?
Hello.
Rowan, Ophelia, we're in the garden, freezing.
I'm
Not that
perfectly
cold.
fine.
I'm fine, wrapped in layers and layers of scarves.
You gotta take a look at this.
This is my optimal temperature.
Where have you been?
I think of getting my pamphlets for the next sermon.
Oh, of course. And they're good? You're happy with them?
I love them. I'm very happy with them. Yes.
Oh, that's
How many did you get printed?
scary.
Like 100.
So I've got a box.
It's like a little box, full of them.
Yeah, I
Take
was
a look at
hoping
these.
to just put them around town and invite people into the sermon.
Oh, that's a
that's
lovely,
a
lovely
Detailed
illustration.
Skull. Yeah, really skull-like. Yeah, that's great.
You really captured the rock.
Lovely
know,
illustration of
right?
the garden.
Just like it.
The tree.
Oh, thank you.
Holy
Yes.
Father, take this lowly flesh, tear them from. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a
It's like a
thing
little
that's happening
hymn or like a
later.
little sort of, prayer.
I have a thing. I have some. Well, I have a ceremony to do later when Percy is ready, and I was hoping that maybe I could get the congregation to join me. And
oh yes, lovely. Well,
Is any of that gonna happen? Is your flesh gonna be taken?
oh no, it's just metaphorical. It's for prayer.
Oh, right.
You know, it's all.
You've got to ask, haven't you? Just in case.
It's fair to ask, I suppose. I mean,
Yeah.
Ossian traditions are different to Althean traditions
Yep.
and Lumeran beliefs, so it's can't hurt to ask.
I like the seal.
Gruff desperately trying to find something to compliment without being heretical.
I insisted
Really
they
nice-
put that on. That's kind of my trademark for Ossius.
Yeah, nice
Very cool.
colours.
Oh, don't you think so? It's very vibrant.
Yes,
like-
good use of the blood red.
Very sanguine. Yes.
Very sanguine.
Yes.
Oh.
They did very well. They hit my recommendations spot on.
And that was blood red.
Yes.
Skulls. Very, very cursive font.
Oh, it's what the House of Blood would have wanted.
Whatever a font is.
Well, yes.
Actually, I guess.
Daisy, if I remember correctly, you looking at that box and seeing this symbol of a gravestone in front of a watchtower, it would remind you of you met a gentleman at a ball hosted by Lady Emberissa when we did our other side quest, and you remember he had like an amulet or like a necklace on which had the same symbol.
I relay that information.
The ball
was his
with the
name?
masks.
Yeah, no, yeah. With
Because you were the only-
fairies, the one with the fairies.
Yes.
All I remember is the
The
really nice
fairies.
fairies.
Was I in the toilet at the time?
I wasn't there.
I think you might have been, but he had that symbol.
Because I think you were the only one who spoke to him at that party.
I can't read my handwriting. Adelaide Dante? Someone done.
I'm going to be very honest with you. There was a table of food. And there were very nice little fairies that I was talking to.
It's true.
And
And then something went wrong and there was all sorts of chaos and things like that.
I
But
remember I was
just something that just, I think I remember seeing that symbol before. But yeah. What about the rest of the day?
symbol that's on
The symbol that's on the box of the
tombs.
pamphlets,
The
yeah.
tombs, yeah.
Tombs and Co-Printing Company box. But yeah, what about the rest of the day then? Rowan, did you want to speak with everybody whilst everyone's gathered here before people go off on their different ways, or?
Rowan would probably be like, everyone's here right now. Great, this would be a perfect time to do it.
Rowan bails out on that. But later on, he
Okay.
catches Gruff
Okay.
on his own.
Gruff,
He's standing on the edge of your winter paradise. Not coming in because it's cold.
You're just both in your own temperatures.
A little climate.
can I have just a quickie word?
Absolutely, come in.
Nope. It's a little nippy.
It's perfect temperature. Bracing,
Yep.
Invigorating.
invigorating.
He looks down at his sandals.
I'll join you.
Thank you.
Would you like a stroll around the garden?
Sure.
It's a small
I know,
stroll.
right? It's just like we just turn our little square.
There's like a bench near
Okay, we made
the
it.
rune stone.
Yeah.
Something's been playing on my mind recently since the Volan Vault. And I don't know how to bring it up to everybody.
Are you okay? Are you in danger? Or?
I mean, vaults are dangerous, right?
Yes, but as you can see, we went through one and we came out rather unscathed.
Well, I've got some history with vaults. It's not my first one.
I did wonder. You seemed, well, I'm not going to say at home, but you seemed to have some familiarity when we were in the Volan Vault.
I did. And I've learned some things recently that might be interesting to explore if anyone's willing. There is a vault, and one of the missions that we were assigned as a potential option turns out that is a vault at Rustwale Woods.
Rustwale.
Rustwale Woods.
Now, I've got to ask you, Rowan, is this going to put you at arm?
It's going to put me at both arms and legs.
Right. Because you see, with Xanthius, we've got to keep an eye on Xanthius with the crown still and make sure he's not in danger,
Of course.
right?
Yes.
And then we ended up going right to the source of crowns. Never mind.
Oh, I see.
But
I see what you're saying.
what I'm asking is this going to be dangerous for you? Because I don't know what your history is. All I remember is I remember looking at your arms
and looking at some of the patterns I've fought, and it looked rather familiar to me. And I just want to ask, especially after what happened to you with Belaine.
Yep. Yeah, there's a little gap there that I may not have revealed everything because it was a little difficult, and we just kind of plowed on, and we had things to do and Crown still to deal with, you know, and it wasn't that important. It happened in the past, but yep, there's a little. That's why I wanted to bring it to the group and see what everyone thinks, and just kind of. It's kind of been sitting on my mind, and I just kind of want to let it out now.
Rowan, you have my full support, and I know our friends will support you as well. I just want to ensure that you are safe, because everyone thinks that my tenants, protect the meek and firm and vulnerable. Everyone thinks I'm only focused on Xanthias, but you know that extends to you as well.
I kind of hoped it would. That's why I came to you. Thanks. I look up to you, Gruff.
Oh, don't look up to me. You're taller than me.
But look, if I do this, I can. I squat.
Right.
I'm joking. But yeah, thank you. I'll find an opportune time to tell everybody.
Well, you want me to gather everyone now?
Well, that's a little sudden, isn't it? I've got so much to do between now and then, obviously, so...
What have you got to get done?
Got to clean my sandals.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought there was something else coming.
Yeah.
All right, just the sandals.
Yeah.
Because I could clean them for you right now with...
I wouldn't.
All right.
Very stinky.
Okay.
Fine. Okay.
Sometimes you just gotta get it done.
You're right.
And
Can't put it off.
I'll have your back, Rowan.
All right. Thanks, Gruff.
Let's do this. You're a big, strong fella. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. You can do this.
Rowan bends down to the edge of the snow, scoops up a little bit.
I needed to know what it tasted like. I'm sorry, I was really preoccupied with it.
What does it taste like to you?
Water, cold water.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
pretty much all it is.
A little bit. Yeah.
Cold water, yeah.
All right. I'm good. Here we go.
I'm just glad you did that bit, not that bit that Stuart was visiting
really
earlier.
sweet and nice, and he just eats it.
Did you think it would be sugary?
I kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks so, like, perfect, you know? Yes, if you don't mind gathering people.
Gruff just has an internal moment.
Well, this is happening a little bit later on after, like, everyone's kind of done some stuff. So one thing I wanted to do for Sister Ophelia, giving out your pamphlets, I wanted to see how successful you were.
Oh, yeah.
Because I imagine you would, like, go around Ashen Rest, like, you go around to different areas, maybe the big plaza where there's lots of travelers, maybe go to some of the inns, like, walking around giving these out, right? But how often does that work in real life, just going up and giving people pamphlets? So I would very much like a persuasion check. You can spend a fate on this, absolutely.
A natural 21.
Highest roll of your life.
21.
Forget.
Roll a d6 plus 5 for me.
Plus 5. 4 plus 5, 9.
9. I'm going to say that you give out a lot of these pamphlets, and a lot of people, they kind of take them like, what's this? Oh yeah, sure, I'll take that, and then they don't really read it properly. Some people read it and are like, yes, and then they hurry off.
Insist you come. It's very.
We'll see if we're free, and then But throughout the course of the day, and you don't give them all out, right? You spend a little while, maybe give about half or just under. But you think you've made a pretty strong impression on about 9 different people who you think are genuinely, especially the wording about people that have lost meaning or, feel worthless or not sure of their place in the world anymore. Maybe appealing to some of the lower class kind of workers, the artisans, things like that. But also, a couple of people of more prestigious looking kind of roles who are feeling maybe a little bit sort of aimless. One including a very rich, merchant's daughter who just seems to not really know what she wants from life. And the pamphlets seem to intrigue them. and they will come and attend your ceremony this evening, including Teresa.
Yes.
You already have Teresa and Vraxis Cal.
Yes!
So the with those two already in place, that will give you about 11 people plus the party currently who are going to come and attend. Now, whether or not, it depends on how the ceremony goes, but you're definitely making inroads into, spreading the word of the Great Father here. Small steps for now, but, definitely making your place into it.
Awesome.
Yeah, but very successful so far. Yeah, absolutely. You'll need to keep that up and make sure they stay interested, and you might even need to spend some time with them. If you'd like to as well, to go away and come up with some NPC names and things like that for the people you'd like to be in your congregation, you're more than welcome to. So just let me know and I will add some details about them.
Nice.
So nice. Xanthias and Daisy, is there anything you would like to do during the day whilst Rowan and Gruff are having this conversation and Ophelia is out doing her pamphlets?
I want to pick up a copy of the Clarion Post.
Yeah?
I'll go with them, because I'm walking Stuart.
In a 50-50 of pride and fear.
Which is
Just
Xanthias. So the Clarion group, they do a newspaper called the Clarion, but they also have town criers and heralds who it's their job to travel from town to village and basically bring word and news. And they carry with them copies of the paper. But the paper is only printed once sort of every 12 days. Because it has to they have to consolidate information, they get it printed in Kelskaris and then it's disseminated, right? So you can go and find the last month's kind of edition, basically, or the last 12 days edition.
I'm not in that one.
But you're not in that one yet. I think it's not been enough time.
What about the hero, the Ashen Rest?
Yeah, there would be maybe not on the front page, but in one of the sections, you go and pick up the last 12 days, and one of the larger sections, and there is a sketch of probably the broken tower and the watchtower and some of the destruction. But there is a report on it just says battle for Ash, or demonic battle for Ash for Cauldron Town would be the headline. Demonic battle for Cauldron Town, and in it the sort of agent, the herald of the Clarion, writes about how Lamplighters Guild in prosperous Cauldron Town nearly brings forth demonic invasion, foiled by group hero adventurers and Duke Ignarius himself. Kind of goes into, doesn't name you guys in this article, but says it very much is these heroic individuals, travelers to the town, would probably say including a knight errant or something like that as well. Knight errant and a diplomat of the Ossian Empire. I think they wouldn't necessarily detail you guys, but for news, the idea of that's a little sensational, right? So there's what business does this Ossian diplomat have? But the people of Ashen's Rest surely owe her their lives. Yada yada yada. Duke Ignarius is reportedly his daughter Lady Emberissa was wounded in the battle. What a heroic example of our draconic nobility. Very kind of little bit of propaganda involved, right? But it's a fairly substantial article in there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to just see what information is actually getting spread out, at least from that.
He wants to Google his name and see what comes up.
Yeah, but there's definitely...
You're right, by the way, Daisy. Turns out I can't read.
I
have no idea.
Can you read this to
me? Both of you make, or no, actually no, just because you're the only one, Xanthias. Make an insight roll for me, which unfortunately I know you're not very good at.
I might have changed with the new. I have proficiency, but
Two of
plus
our
one.
ones and three your.
Wait, have I loaded up the right character? I have. Okay.
Our one, yeah.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, it should be that.
Also, this should be the
Right.
Should they?
red this side, blue that side.
Yep.
Fates have flipped in this realm.
I've been very triggered about it for the last hour.
Just tell me.
I got an 11. Oh wait, do I not have? I think I have a thing that gives me special to
Investigation, not insight.
Investigation. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So reading through, like, there's all sorts of articles, but you don't really glean too much information from it. But the Clarion kind of deals in a mixture of like real world events, like, you know, but it's like boring stuff. You know, there's like gossip, but there's also celebrity gossip and things like that in there as well. Like, oh, knight so and so seen in the arms of mage so and so in Kalskaris. Oh, is there secret romance blossoming? There's like, you know, such and such town discovers new mining operations. Like, is this going to be the future of Gildai, like this like mining town and things like that?
Okay.
So there's like all these kind of like little bits in there, but there is, like I say, within 11 you don't pick up any too much more.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'll keep an eye out for the future issue.
Oh, perhaps, and then when you return from your next endeavor, perhaps your next adventure, there may be something more prolific in there.
I'm worried, guys.
You haven't told us that yet.
Double page.
True.
We don't know that you're worried.
Really
I don't know what you
interested
did in your day
newspapers.
Oh my.
Gruff didn't see the show.
That's true.
I just love that it kind of gave a valid reason as to why you two were like pissing each other
I
off
noticed
in the
that in the
vault.
Volan Vault. It really
Like,
timed
yeah,
up
it
really
really
well.
synced
There's a
up
reason
so
why you
well.
were kind of bickering so much. Yeah, it timed out.
All part of the plan.
So Daisy, you're just walking Stuart. Any other like major plans? Anything you would like to get up to?
Really?
Not particularly. Yeah, sure, that's fine.
How often do you have to walk him?
Every day.
Every day? Okay.
But then there's the garden, so he could go. He only has the really tiny legs, so he can't go that far.
That's good to know. Is he going to be joining us on, you know, if we leave the Ashen Rest, if we go out elsewhere?
I don't know. I might leave him here because it's not very safe.
Okay, as long as you have someone to look after him.
That's what Percy's for. Percy can take him for walks. Little skeleton man with his sausage dog.
He's always being chased, though.
Yeah, does Stuart try to like chew off Percy's leg?
Percy's like.
I think sometimes the ankle bone has definitely got like teeth marks in it.
Stuart's walking along with a bone in his mouth, and Percy's limping.
Hopping.
Like,
Yeah.
hopping along.
You put that back right now. Put that back.
Also, help me.
Percy.
No, help me.
Help me.
Amazing. So with that then, let's jump back to perhaps a bit later on, perhaps just before Ophelia's sermon, when Gruff and Rowan sort of gather everyone together.
Rowan sat in the
Tyrian's
corner, his
Rest.
leg is bouncing with nervous energy.
Rowan, please stop! You're shaking the whole floor.
Sorry.
Dominus Ignara crumbles.
It's like Dune, the sandworm just erupts.
Gruff, you got anything to say? Or?
Rowan has something he would like to share with you all,
Oh, really?
and we're all going to listen.
Okay.
I'm Rowan.
What?
Hi, Rowan. Do you want us anywhere in the...
No, just make it. Just go about your business.
All right. Night, everyone.
I've got a sermon to get ready for, so I'll just be doing.
Rowan has something to say.
Is it okay? Go ahead.
Imagine this is one of your performances. Would it help if you played your lute while you told us?
I could play sostenuto, I guess.
Would that help?
Yeah, I'll play my rock song.
But instead of the lyrics to your rock song, tell us what you need to tell us.
Oh.
As if it was a song.
All right. I'm just gonna play a melody just to calm my nerves. a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm listening.
In your
I
own
start
time.
strumming just a nice casual ambient tune.
Lo-fi.
What?
Nothing.
Turn your head. Turn your head.
No. I thought you picked up on a word I said. Anyway,
I'm going to watch the VOD.
strumming.
I missed a joke.
Hello.
I'm in crisis.
So, you remember everyone? We were like out and about in the Ashen ruins for a bit. Oh, is it? What's the time?
No, it was
Rowan.
it was a good time for us all. Everyone had a great time.
And we went down into the mining excavation,
Yes.
and it was all naughty and bad. Jason was caught me unawares and went to stab me.
Yes.
Yes.
So she stabbed me, and it left a mark.
Okay.
First of all,
And I show the area that was stabbed and is now turned to stone.
Yeah. So you see that the flesh itself has become stone. Like, you know, Rowan has grey, stone-ish kind of skin, like a little bit of his giant heritage from the Dale Giants. But this is like, there is no flesh. It's not grey-coloured. There is like strata and like, you know, like lines and cracks and things like that. It is petrified.
I feel you just like scratch a long nail on it, just be like,
He kind of like pulls away a little bit.
sorry, that is stone. Actual stone.
Which nowadays I think is pretty cool
Well, okay.
because I like rocks, frankly.
But this came from the knife?
No, this is what I kind of explained, but a little bit more happened.
Okay.
You remember when I said kind of the ground and the earth cocooned me?
Protected you?
Yeah,
You strangled Blaine.
You mentioned that, yes.
That one.
yeah. So I was in the cocoon. I was kind of in a different realm. I think it also protected my stab wound.
Oh.
So that is not a bad thing, the stone.
No, that's why it's, although traumatic that I got stabbed,
Well, of course, yes.
kind of cool, right?
I mean, yes, but
It's a little weird to flex.
I was going to ask, you can still move and
Thankfully, not quite
it's not
on
restrictive?
on a bendy bit.
Okay,
so
that's good.
It's kind of, just there now.
Okay.
And do you feel okay? It doesn't hurt? It doesn't...
I don't think
You
so.
don't feel it spreading or...
I think it just stopped the
It's just there?
pain of the stab,
Interesting.
right?
I leave that to you.
I mean, great. As long as it's not a curse from Belaine or whatever Jason did. Okay, good. Great. It sounds...
I think this culmination of power that came from the ground itself scared away whatever fragment of Belaine was in this area. Obviously, Belaine is a much bigger thing that encapsulates the whole planet. So it's not like I had strangled actual Belaine. I think whatever was here in that moment, I scared away.
A vestige or an avatar or a herald or something like that, like a small piece, a shard, perhaps.
And, that's probably the whole thing. There's probably a couple other bits.
Okay, I mean, when you're ready to tell other bits, we'd love to hear it.
How about now?
That you have a connection to the Earth this strong is obviously only a good thing, right?
Yes, it's very, very nice that the ground protected me. And it might be for a reason.
Witches.
So, okay. You may have noticed, you may not have, my arms.
Your green tattoos.
Yeah, they're not tattoos. So,
Out of interest, this is Tom saying this now. Are they? I imagine them as literally just green tattoos. Are they almost an embedded thing, or are they? I don't know if you know.
They have a texture to them.
Okay.
And
Almost like overlaid rather than embedded in.
yeah.
Okay.
And if you like focus on them for a bit longer, like they don't have the same texture as skin.
Right.
They have a slightly different sheen to them.
Maybe like not even a millimeter, half a millimeter of like raised up from the skin.
Like
as
a
well.
scarring of
Yeah,
sorts.
like
But basically, it looks like a tattoo, right?
from a distance, unless you like looked at it up close, it would look like a tattoo. But when maybe like Rowan holds up his hand and you can look up his arms and things like that, you now begin to see that this isn't painted on or like there is a raisedness to it. This is something that almost looks like it's been placed and sort of like a
Like fused to
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I just thought this was an element of your Jotnyr clan.
it's not really Jotnyr at all.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you remember, we went to the Verlin Vault.
Oh no, I remember that very
It was just
vividly.
a couple
Quite
of days ago.
recent.
Yes,
Yeah.
I rode Obsidious or the other one. I can't remember.
That,
You wrote obsidian.
We all know you were.
as we all know, has affected us in some strange way. These things, these proto-magi vaults, are very powerful.
Yes.
And they have strange, ancient things going on in them that no one really understands fully. It's not the first one that I've come across and or been in.
Wait, you found your way into a second. This was your second.
This is my second one.
Where was the first one?
But that's the thing, all right? Funny story.
Okay.
I didn't remember.
You do now?
When I was cocooned,
Right.
somehow these memories flooded back. Was it then? It was then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I had some memories that were lost to me that I think maybe this power has given back a little bit. And I remember walking through the lands as I usually do around the Azar Steppe, which is. Did you know I'm from there?
Yes.
Yes.
The Azar Steppe.
Yeah.
And traipsing about, exploring like I do, and I came across this strange sound,
Okay.
this humming, this harmony, this dissonance. And I drew closer to it, and as I got closer, my vision just went white. And I passed out, and that's all I ever remembered. But this, coming to the cocooning, which I'm calling it now,
No, it makes sense.
Yes.
the cocooning.
That is what happened, I presume.
The cocoon. It's hard to say.
Maybe just cocooning?
I've got some memories of being inside now.
Right.
And it was weird. It was strange technology that I've never, ever seen before. And it trapped me and put these shapes on my arms.
Wait, how long were you in there for?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I just remember being out again. And it put something on me that I feel a stronger connection to the land now. Hence why I can feel the resonance.
Did you see anybody else in the vault? Or was it just you in
I
the
did
vault?
see other things in.
You remember being in this device or this space, and you remember words about something like primal energy or elemental infusion or something. And you remember looking out, Rowan, and you could see there were maybe half a dozen, maybe a dozen similar looking domes or spheres or something like that that looked like the one you were in. But you can't remember. It's very hazy because it was like blurry. You think you might remember that there were shapes in some of them, but maybe not all. You're not really sure. But like you certainly wouldn't have been able to get any details. But now that that question's asked, like maybe there were others in those other things as well.
I relay
Yeah.
that.
The haziness of it, and also this strange voice that sounded so cold, like emotionless.
Right.
And that there was some sort of element, primal element, infusion, and then that's where I got trapped and infused, I guess.
Well, we heard some voices, and also you said there was a tone, like a song or a rhythm.
Yes.
We heard things like that in the Vault as well.
Yes.
So maybe that's a recurring theme across all of them?
You remember, especially from the Verdant Vault, that there was the sort of fabrication sort of golem, the creature that made the Void Star ring, and that had the same. And for Rowan, it would trigger some. It was very similar to that emotionless kind of voice, robotic. We would know it as a robotic voice, but more of like a construct or an alien disconnected kind of voice.
Okay.
Yep.
But there was no, this vault, the first one, there was no visible entrance. You just heard this.
It was like a cave mouth. Just looked kind of natural.
Okay.
Then as I grew closer to it, that sound kind of took over. And then
And then
You really don't remember. Like you could have. Maybe there was an entrance, but you just don't remember it. The last thing you remember is walking into that cave, and then it's whiteness.
yeah.
Yeah. So it could be that there's missing memories, but you don't know.
and now you're connected to the land, and it's assisting you in fights against old gods and guiding your path.
Yep.
How long ago was this?
Quite a while ago now.
Talking years?
Yeah. It's been a bit.
Was it after the vault that you decided to start traveling south? It's south, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit south to Cauldron.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to say, because Rowan doesn't know how long exactly you were in there and you've not been, I think it would make sense that you've not been home since. Because otherwise you would have a sense of, they would probably be like, oh, you've been gone for so long, you've been gone for so and so months. I think for Rowan, it's like you haven't been home since that happened. You know, why that is, I leave up to you, but I think otherwise you would have some answers, I think.
I just, from that moment, I just kept walking.
Did you have a destination in mind?
Nope. I just knew that I didn't really want to go home.
Okay.
Would your parents not miss you?
Yeah, probably.
Have you contacted them since?
No. Not really.
Is that usual in your culture?
Nope. It's not.
Do you want to speak to your parents again?
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. But, I don't know. I look different, and, it's just difficult, you know? I feel different. I'm not the Rowan I was before this happened to me. And now that I've had these visions of my past, it's become a bit clearer that I went in and came out different.
But that shouldn't mean anything bad to your parents.
It's complicated, but you're right. I should probably connect with them at some point. It's just really far away. And now we're heroes, and we've got missions, you know?
I think also to lend some credence to like Rowan's decision, you know, you come from a nomadic culture. You might not know where they are. Like, yeah, they travel the Azar Steppe is a massive area of land, and trying to track them down could be very, very difficult. Like, it might take you months of traveling to try and find them.
Would they be looking for you?
They might miss me, I'm sure, like any parent would. But it's not uncommon for people to go on their journeys and find themselves, seek their purpose. I think my purpose got given to me. So it's not that bad, grand scheme, but I do miss them.
I'm sure they miss you too.
Yeah,
And they probably worry for you as well.
probably. So that's my story.
I'm trying to understand how you found this thing and why it gave you this ability.
That's the question that is unanswered. Whether it's I just happened to stumble upon it and I was the unwitting victim, or I don't think I was chosen. I think I might have just stumbled across a thing.
But there must be other people that have stumbled across this thing, and I mean, maybe has similar abilities to you.
It wasn't just me in there.
Exactly.
I think there were other shapes.
So there might be other people with this
Maybe.
power or
I've not
something
seen
similar.
any. I've been on the lookout, but I've not seen any.
Is this why you've been researching? Do we know that you've been researching proto-magi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I told Xanthias that I'm interested in the artifacts and relics from
Yes,
proto-magic vaults and their technology. So, yeah, that's kind of linked. Well, it's interesting technology, and it's also scary, as we saw from Verlin Vault, the power that they have. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any nearby that were unsafe. But there's also part of me that wants to see more of them and answer more questions that I've got.
You found that there are, in fact, two. Well, one that is known of in Cauldron. You've read the story of the investigator near Emberford, but also you may be the first one to realise that there may be this other one closer to Ashenrest.
Yep, Roswell Woods.
Wait a minute.
That mission that we were given about the strange lights and disappearances.
You think that's a
That's a
vault?
vault?
Doing my research, I think that is a vault.
Oh, okay.
And it might only be active for this next month.
Oh,
Oh, right. So, okay, yes.
Okay, well, I mean, good news. The weird whispers and whatever's happening in the Rustwell Woods will stop in a month. But, I mean, we have been kind of looking for a proto-magi vault.
I'm drawn to it, and I just put it on the table. I'm not encouraging anyone to make any rash decisions on this, but I think I might go.
If you're going, then we're going too.
Yes.
I hope you understand that
Not
at
going
least.
by yourself. My concern is the word disappearances.
Yes.
So people have been going into this vault, presumably, and not coming out. That's what worries me.
I guess. Yeah.
Or they could well be coming out with newfound
Being
abilities.
different. Or may not even be recognizable.
Yeah, well, you're certainly not going on your own. Yes, and the Volan Vault, just as a reminder, very dangerous. So you're not facing that alone.
But also very lucrative.
Extremely lucrative.
Yes.
And, I mean, we could obviously take a quick look inside, but as long as... I mean, these vaults get raided constantly, right? But this one in Rustwale is...
When they are known, they are raided, yes, but also highly controlled. You know, during the Empress's reign, vaults that were identified and discovered and were learned about very quickly were locked down by the Empress and her forces and the armies. And any of the contents found were very carefully controlled. You know, new spells were given to the academia to study, new magic items were given for study or found their best purpose for. It's only since the Empress's death that this kind of wild west of vaults has opened up, because all of the draconic lords and nobles want to kind of get at what might potentially be very powerful objects and magic and things like that inside. So there's been a sort of general sort of like, yeah, anything you can find from vaults, they're very, very keen to get their hands on, which makes them equally dangerous because you never know. You might run into some other people that have learnt about one or stumble into one looking for riches. But as far as Rowan knows, like, you know, nobody's connected the dots that like Rowan has for this one in Rustwale Woods. You know, there have been reports that maybe somebody could, or maybe somebody has and hasn't said anything, but certainly it's not a known vault. Normally the known vaults are quite famous. They have names. Their sites are almost not excavated, but it's made sort of, you know, they know where they are and they mark their position and things like that. Yeah. Or like maybe like an area is built of like, we know a pyramid is going to appear in this spot in 20 years, so they build like a wooden sort of platform for it, so when it appears like they can get to it easier and things like that.
Wait, you said there was two.
Yeah.
So Rustwale...
There's one somewhere else.
Okay.
There's a
Close or-
league that delves vaults, which is how I found out about it.
Right.
In Kelskar, it's called the Locksmith League.
Oh.
So if we want to find out more, these people are specialised in delving vaults.
There is also that cult, isn't there? The Awoken.
Yeah.
Very well remembered.
It's just maybe because I look back on my notes to the Rustwale quest line and I saw a big thing that I wrote down about the Awoken.
Like if you could just remind everyone else.
Oh, they're the ones
Not
who,
me.
who loot for metal and crystals and put it in their bodies.
Yeah.
And they seek the power of the relics. And their leaders have unusual powers and know how to unlock the vaults.
Those ones.
Those ones.
Everyone remembers those.
The ones that sound like bad news.
The other one's at Emberford, right?
The other one is at Emberford, yeah. It's the mountains close to Emberford, yeah.
That was
I relay that.
Yeah.
The other one I think is at Emberford, but the Rustwale Woods is the closer one. That's also, I know, has a month before it will disappear.
True.
You also know that the one in Emberford, the reason you found out about it is there was a report made by an investigator.
Called Altheya Moonflower.
That's correct. And Altheya and her party went into the vault. They explored it. They found some things. But it's likely that this was published like, you know, months ago, maybe close to a year. So it's likely that other people have gone in there since, so it might be raided and ransacked if it's still there at all. There was no clue on how to open that vault though, so maybe there's still information or riches to be found inside if nobody else could figure out how to open it.
I have a feeling because of the danger and the disappearances of this Rustwale Woods vault that it is relatively unscathed, and it's just doing what it set out to do, which is capture people for whatever reason.
I mean, no one seemed to indicate that there was a vault there before, so maybe the Awokened or the Guild haven't identified it and aren't also chasing after it.
Or maybe it's too
We are going
dangerous.
to have to deal with the dangers getting to it, but I mean, if we're the first people to explore this vault, that's hugely beneficial for us. I hope it's hugely beneficial for you, Rowan, as long as, I mean, the thing gave you the power over the Earth. Did it give you some kind of connection to vaults as
Well, I didn't think about that till now.
Maybe
let
when
me
you're in
think of
there, how
vaults.
did you feel about the Volant Vault while you were in there?
I felt like they had my vibe.
It was a vibe.
It resonated.
It was a
with you.
vibe.
Yeah.
They resonated with me, and they
Okay.
had the patterns on the walls.
But you also looked really, really
Now
scared.
you mentioned the patterns.
It was terrifying.
You looked
How
really
did we not
scared
see?
in there.
You
I
did.
feel like a little critter that's been put in a cage and had something done to them. And the thing that's done that thing is way smarter than me, and I don't understand why. That's how I feel. I'd like to find out why.
We'll help you.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling us.
Yep, that's my story.
And I should point out as well that, whilst Rowan was doing this research, you thought you had about a month, maybe, so that would be 34 days. You've had about a week, so that timer is dripping down. You've probably got about something like 20-ish days to go and, before Rowan's estimates would come to fruition. So, yeah.
I say that just at the end. Oh, by the way, that month thing was like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, luckily, like you said, Rostock Woods, not too far away, maybe 2 or 3 days.
It's about 3-day travel to get deep into the woods, yeah.
So
We've got Hot Rod, though.
we do have Hot Rod.
Yes.
But yes, we can get there pretty quickly. It makes sense that we go check this out. I mean, we had a contact to meet there regarding the spooky spirits and noises they were hearing in the woods.
Where did was it Cassandra?
Dame Cassandra.
Where did she go? Because she said she was
chasing-
going off.
She went off to the lake. She did not. She left her squire,
Pascal,
Colville. Yeah.
I fucking did it. I made a note.
A single note.
First time in like
Just says
9
scout.
years.
Middle of the page.
I reckon we should go to Colville, the village. We might be able to meet the local reeve there, Ulwendel.
No way.
That's
Wow.
actually that is all the whole information pretty much.
Do you remember how much that quest cost?
The reward.
500 gold, give or take.
What a smart boy.
Written in a slightly different pen color. Wow.
Well,
Look at the rest of my notes. There's literally one. There was one episode where all I wrote was, "I'm going to kill Obsidius."
one day perhaps.
One day. So maybe we can go there and meet
I'm
with
not
this
helping you
reeve.
on that one.
What?
I'm not
No.
helping you.
Oh,
Right.
you won't have a choice one day.
No, that's just your problem.
So is the plan that you want to basically gather up your supplies and head out into these Roswell Woods as soon as possible?
Yeah.
Are we going to take a couple of days? What's the
stand up
vague
in like
plan?
Well, Ophelia needs to do.
Yeah, we've got
her-
your sermon. That'll be tonight.
Nice.
So when are we leaving?
Huh?
When are we going?
Well,
This sounds.
okay, first of all those in favour of us going,
Aye.
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 We don't even need to.
just making sure.
Even Percival raised a hand.
Thank you, Percival. All right.
Saren raises a wing.
Is there not
Wait,
anything
can
else?
Percival talk now? It's the heart
yet,
thing.
no.
No, not
That's
yet.
tonight.
Oh, that's the Sarah thing.
Okay, so we're all in favour
Great.
in going on this
We
this
should get
adventure.
supplies and things.
We should.
Yes.
Yes.
We could do with some more vitality potions
Yeah.
and a
How many
ration.
pastries do you think we can fit on the wagon?
So many.
Hundreds.
You could fit loads.
Road hundreds.
We should also get them things that last a bit longer.
Well, that's the thing. It's maybe 2-3 days travel, but we don't know how deep
long?
into the woods it is, how long we're going to be gone,
How long we're in the vault for?
how long we're
We
in the
should
vault
take
for,
vault snacks.
which is
Surprisingly, like any other ration that lasts for a long time.
We could be in there decades.
could be.
Then I need some dragon's blood.
Be in there. What?
Excuse me.
Well, if we're going to be in there decades, then I need dragon's blood, right?
You're going to have to run this one through slowly for me.
Well, I can't go decades without dragon's blood. It's so nice.
I've had dragon's blood before.
Oh,
Yes.
is that the only reason? Oh,
I guess Xanthias probably was not, wouldn't have been paying attention.
I slowly step back. What do you mean it's delicious?
I've had dragon's blood.
Whose?
When?
When? Why?
When?
I know why now, but
Lady
what?
Veracera.
Yes.
Oh,
Lady
yes.
Veracera, she... I told her I wasn't feeling very well. And she...
Oh, right, yes.
And she let me drink some of her blood
You were thirsty.
to help heal me. I said I was sick.
You lied to Lady Veracera to drink
Lie,
her
I
blood.
just exaggerated perhaps a little bit. I
to
hadn't
drink
had
her
blood
blood.
for ages, and she offered me some so kindly. Hello.
does this mean that out of all of us that are here, Xanthias is the most appealing to you? When it,
I mean, I've not had Xanthias.
No, you haven't. And I don't
I've had
think you ever
Gruffs.
will.
Plenty of
but
mine.
dragon. Ooh.
Gruffs is very
I don't remember
nice.
if we know about that.
Thank you.
It's very, it's,
Refreshing.
yeah, it's refreshing. Like an icy cold beverage. It's wonderful.
That's a weird thing to be told.
Although you've got great crown steel, though.
Unfortunately, gosh, can't drink mine. Corrupting.
Though it was very
Awful.
interesting. Although the after effects, if I remember, were quite
No, it would be
harrowing.
worse
The
than golden.
come down on the
Yeah.
crown steel, water and food was very, very bad.
Yeah,
yes.
and unfortunately, my blood is going to be much more potent than that golden drink. I can't remember the name of it. Golden
I don't know
yellow.
if you're helping your case.
No, what I'm saying is it's purely detrimental drinking my blood,
Okay.
in that you'll die instantly.
You want to try some of mine?
Starts licking it up like a cat.
No, if you want to try some, like find out who's the tastiest. Because then if we're all going in the vault, we need to.
We don't.
See.
It's not. We. It's.
Got just a
when
little
you,
bit.
You have.
cut like a little bit.
Well, that cut, it's been a few weeks. Like, you were pretty, like, the dragon's blood sustained you for a while, but Ophelia, you've been getting quite hungry lately.
I feel just like dab a little finger, just.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was about to say, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me? But apparently I didn't need to.
No need.
So
Wait,
you
you
just
actually-
chomped down on Rowan's hand, like not even his arm or neck, but on his hand, the fleshy bit of his hand, sink your teeth in. It's strange, Rowan, like there's an initial burst of pain, and then the whole area in your hand goes numb, and it's actually really pleasant. Like, actually, it's quite euphoric, actually. There's almost a calmness that kind of sustains you, and you feel not sleepy, but very serene. Like you've had a really good gummy.
Proliferate away,
You're
Rowan.
like, ooh.
Sister Ophelia.
How much do you drink?
All right.
Not a lot, just like.
Roll a D. What's your normal bite damage?
Let's have a look. I think it's a D4
Plus.
plus
I want to know what it's plus.
3.
Plus 3. Roll a D4 plus 3.
Do you have any D4?
There's 1. 7.
7 points of damage to Rowan. As you just keep feeding it, there's a kind of floral note to this. It's kind of a little bit of an earthy taste and smell. Not unpleasant, but not very unusual for the sort of thing that you enjoy. Maybe, very verdant. And it's been so long, and you drink and drink, and then it wasn't until Rowan's kind of nods his head or his arm goes a bit limp, and you see that grey's gone quite pale, and you're like, ooh, and you have to kind of snap yourself back out of it.
Rowan, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Oh, that's all right.
Oh no! Go sit down.
Why?
Just
You want
please
another arm?
sit. Please sit. You're gonna fall over. You're
A
going
big
to faint.
paw
You're
comes
wobbly.
out.
Hello.
Some green magic manifests, and I cast Cure Wounds on Rowan.
New cure wounds.
So many nice
New cure
sensations. Back to back.
2d8.
2d8 now for a first level cure wounds.
Oh, it's 2d8.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'm glad.
I rolled completely the wrong dice.
How does that make you feel there, Tom?
Oh, it makes me feel like I could have had this sooner.
6.
I think of it this way, Tom.
10.
You played cleric on
Damn.
hard mode.
Yeah, and one.
What a god gamer. You did it pre-patch.
I played nightmare mode.
You beat it pre-patch.
Yeah.
Man. Now, what a ride. If you You can do that. That's fine.
Oh, we're just letting this
And then
happen
you
now.
do that.
This is okay now.
I don't know what came over me. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks.
Honestly, it hurt. But after that, I was like, I'm ready
Ready for what?
to die.
Oh, good.
Oh my goodness.
Ophelia, maybe we should put some
Peaceful.
sanctions in place or something. Off
he
limits.
offered.
Off limits.
Yeah,
We need
I'm
all the strength we can
okay.
get.
I don't think that you should come near me because, you know.
I mean, I've
Nim.
already bitten you, but that was on accident.
Yeah, but if you do it
I
again,
won't-
then.
Am I the only unbidden person here?
Well, now if you want to be bitten,
I kind of feel left out.
What I think is scene for us to take our break on, as Xanthias just
They argue again.
quite brattily is like, well, maybe I do.
Why not mine?
you said you didn't want me to earlier.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Am I going to have you both go in your corners again?
Gruff like holding you by the scruffs of your
I
neck.
bet I'm fucking delicious.
Children!
Give me a hangover.
Yeah, I guess it would be like a slight on his pride, like that Xanthias is the only one.
It would be like cinnamony. Oh, it would be so good.
And with that, we are going to take our first break here, everybody. So we will be back in 5 minutes and see you in part 2.
See you in a bit. Bye bye bye.
Welcome back to part 2 of Altheya the Dragon Empire, everybody. We have recently just established Gruff's Druidic Sanctuary at Tyria's Rest. We have had some pamphlets printed by Tombs & Co. for Sister Ophelia, who has managed to gather perhaps a few new followers to the House of Blood. We have done research into the Proto-Magi. We have had sausage dog walks and many other things.
Yep.
But the main thing is Rowan having revealed information about their past and their connection to the Proto-Magi vaults, and revealed that there may be a yet undiscovered vault causing problems in the Rust Whale Woods. But before we jump into your preparations for setting off on a new adventure, a new quest, as night falls, as darkness spreads over Ashen Rest, the shrine of the Grave Father is lit by red light. Candles flicker in the windows as Sister Ophelia gathers her congregation for a ceremony. Now, who from the party is there? Are any of you doing anything in particular?
I think I'll go. I quite enjoyed the last one we went to. Not in a worshipy way, but
Spectacle.
yeah, it's just it's a nice show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gruff will be there. I think he.
Now, last time Gruff was like stood by the door and was very sort of hesitant to be more involved in it, I think. Is that still the case this time?
I think maybe he's like one more pew in.
Okay, so he's
I-
now on the
yeah,
back row of the
yeah.
pews.
I don't know where the belief level is, but the belief in Ophelia is more why he's there.
Pretty much where Daisy's set
Okay,
as well. She's
yeah.
like the whole
Just to
thing
say
is
it.
still a bit terrifying,
Daunting.
but she wants to support Ophelia in
Okay.
her.
What about Rowan?
Rowan was terrified last time. It really shit him up. So there's a reluctance. You're like,
But I've got to show my face and support. And
Because I think last
feel
time
so chill now.
you were distracting yourself with like giving snacks to people that entered.
Yeah.
Like you had a tray of like snacks and drinks and things like that. Are you still doing that this time? Like, are you being the one with the entrees and asking people if they'd like a drink when they come in, or?
yeah.
Okay.
Rowan takes to his, he goes to a latte fund before it closes and gets a load of things.
A little pastries, yeah.
End of day.
Yeah.
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 Is there any going
And yeah, Maeve is just, Maeve is absolutely happy to oblige.
Yeah.
And then you come back in. And for Sister Ophelia, what are we in ceremonial robes? Yes, so our
With the
full
veil
dress,
over the
veil.
face, the red, the silver trim robes, just immaculate.
What about is Percival dressed any differently?
Percival is not there,
Okay, he's not there at all.
but at the front of the altar, there's just a black sheet laid over a kind of humanoid
shape
figure.
and on the altar almost.
Yeah.
So there is the altar with the shrine, the statue of the Grave Father behind it, and then we have this body basically laid out under a black sheet. Wonderful. The black mirror. That you
feels
have.
so much better now.
You can see that the mirror is active, although there is no one necessarily on the mirror right now, almost as if they are listening in. As if the mirror is conducting sound and imagery through it, but yet none is being received back. Teresa is the first to arrive, and you notice that a different effort has been made here. She comes wearing black robes. Not anything too heavy, but looks like maybe she's just gone on and bought out some simple black robes. She still has her normal work uniform sort of underneath, but not wearing the tool belt this time, just a simple silver belt. And she comes up and she's like, "Oh, well, I thought I should make a bit of an effort, Sister Ophelia, as this is..."
You look incredible.
Oh, thank you very much, thank you. I've been reading, and I read the pamphlet that you gave me as well, and I think I would like to maybe commit myself a bit more. Is there a way that I can help you? I came early in case there was something I could do to help, or...
Oh, thank you. Yes, I have some spare pamphlets. Would you be able to just lay them on the pews
Absolutely.
and the stools?
And begins basically becoming like a little helper and is like going around and laying them all out. And in her own way is like, oh, this candelabra is a little uneven, and it's like adjusting that and like things like, oh, like, kind of little things, or maybe creates a couple of dancing lights of red colour to like fill the roof of the shrine. Just like bringing her own little element to it, like checking in with you first, obviously. The next to arrive is Sir Vraxus Kell, still dark and brooding, long dark hair. This time the axe is sheathed on a hook at his belt, and he will sort of come in, Sister Ophelia.
Sir Vraxus Kell.
I was intrigued the last time that I came here. Perhaps I should stay and learn more of this faith of yours.
Oh, you are more than welcome to, and perhaps you can enlighten me about, your faith as well.
I am not beholden to the church. I have never really connected with the Scions and their belief. I enjoyed the stories of Pyrrhus's battle prowess as a boy, but your religion intrigues me more. You say this Grave Father has granted others power in necromancy and magic.
Yes.
And this is something he does for his loyal followers.
He does, yes.
And you were brought back from death itself, I understand.
Yes.
Well, then I am a keen student.
Well, you are more than welcome to learn. Please make yourself comfortable.
I will. He takes, and this time sitting in, the middle of the pews, and picks up the pamphlet and starts reading through it. And you see, like, a look of interest as you are winning him over, the more he sort of attends and connects with you. And then, they come in dribs and drabs, but the people that you spoke to out in Ashen Rest, about 9 or 10 or so, basically filter their way in. Some of them looking a little sort of perplexed, like, oh, what's going on here then? And they sort of look around, and some of them, the young merchant's daughter, she comes in, and hasn't made like an effort, but like her very natural aesthetic is kind of very fitting. There's black and reds, and she's like, this is like looking around, like, this is so cool. Like looking around, like a bit Valley Girl-esque. But like she comes in and like, picks, they've got the pamphlets and they're all sort of eager. And eventually everyone's assembled just before midnight. As you've, scheduled this specifically for midnight, as that tends to be a great time for connecting with the Grave Father, as you are taught. The time when your vampiric mistress was most active and the court were most active, when much of Osseous is sleeping during the day, they are awake at night. And so I hand it over to you, Sister Ophelia, to lead your ceremony.
Okay. Feel free to stop me at any point or clear
also
up anything.
Describe, like, almost take the DM seat a little bit. Like, feel free to describe what's happening and ask questions and things like that as well.
Here you go, Daisy. You can share my one.
Oh, it's okay. I'm
You're not going to
Slide up together.
good.
You're not going to read it? Okay.
I'm sitting with Gruff.
Ophelia.
Yes,
Would you want us to read this as well?
There'll be a queue for you to join in.
Okay, I'll do my best.
That's okay. Whenever you're
Look resplendent, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Please don't bother Sister Ophelia when she's preparing, Mr. Xanthias.
I know her.
This is a ceremony.
Okay, apologies.
Therese is like,
Okay.
Furious. He's gonna be furious after this. Do you know who I am?
kill Therese.
I'm going to kill.
She's on the list. She's on the
Just
list.
scrub out Obsidious.
So Ophelia will stand at the head of the pew in front of everybody with the veil over her face, and she'll just delicately pull it up over her face, revealing her almost kind of ghostly visage with a pale skin reflecting the red light. Thank you, dear friends, for coming today. I appreciate there will be a lot of questions following our previous gathering, so first, let us begin with prayer before flowing towards clarity. I hope I can provide some answers for you. Grave Father, thank you for giving me the strength to complete my journey, so I may return to praise your name once more. Thank you for guiding my vanquishing hands to surrender those who oppose you to their eternal demise. With love I pray, with loyalty I serve, with the blood that binds us, sustains us, spills in your fury. We grow, we feast, and decimate. Flesh for the mortal, blood for the eternal, in your name. Look around you today. You might see my quite frankly delicious visage, hear my words, and think that the House of Blood rejoices in the shadow of death. You would be wrong. In death there is suffering, pain, torment. I have seen the anguish in the faces laid before me. I know death firsthand and its sting, the pain it causes and inflicts. The King of Graves understands this, understands that mortal kind was made for more than that slow trudge of suffering towards our united ends. Our ancestors suffered, starved, forgotten by those that promised them salvation, yet only my great lord took pity, gave us mercy and saved us. And I ask that you do not fear him. My great lord is merciful, kind, gentle like a father, guiding like a tutor. The Grave Father gave us life, and we relish in his great gift, celebrating our lives in all of its glorious, complex facets. We mortals were not created to serve under one another. We were made to experience this great, vast world and share it with one another, with our hands, our voices, our flesh. So, my friends, I ask you to celebrate life with me as the Grave Father would want you to. Think of something that brings you joy, and as you leave today, take that thought with you. Carry it, celebrate it. Sing, dance, paint, create in that blissful feeling. That is how we celebrate life. Celebrate the Grave Father and acknowledge our ancestors for suffering so that we may feel the great joys that life brings. Now, I invite you all to witness the power of my home. Death, for many, is the end. For Osseous, for the House of Blood, it is a chance to be reborn, to embrace a new perspective, and unlock potential you never knew you had. So, and Ophelia gestures to the congregation, will you cross the ocean? Will you sail that scarlet tide with me? Maybe after tonight, you'll consider it. If you would please join me in this ceremony, the words are in your pamphlets. And Ophelia takes the cloth and slowly, low humming emanates from her mouth. As this droning note fills the hall, and Percival, as a skeleton, is laid before the entire congregation. Ophelia takes the wooden heart, places it in Percival's chest, and then takes out Veracity and draws it across her palm, dripping blood over Percival and over the heart. Now, if you would please join me, say these words with me. Grave Father, take this lowly flesh. tear them
Tear them from oblivion.
and open your wondrous
kingdom,
so they may find new purpose in your glory. Let this body serve your name, and by your divine hand may they walk in your shadows, loyal to you always. Thank you. Rise once more. My blood feeds you. Your name binds you. Rise again, Percy. Flesh for the mortal, blood for the eternal.
The eyes of the skull flare with red light. The hands reach up and grab Sister Ophelia's slick now, the bony fingertips covered in crimson. Blood for the eternal. And sits up. The-thump, the-thump, the-thump. The black wooden heart beating within Percy's chest. There is the sound of laughter, joyful, mirthful, celebratory laughter and clapping from the black mirror. Well done, my pupil, as you hear the voice of the Baroness, the Countess, sorry, as the audience, there are at least one of them faints.
Amazing.
Someone faints. The young merchant's daughter, her eyes are like wide, her hands in her mouth torn between awe and terror. Teresa looking up, there is something there now. This, where before there was this burgeoning, this blossoming desire to believe, a want for your words to be true, now there is belief. In the eyes of Vraxis Kell, you do not necessarily see the same admiration from these others. Instead, Ophelia, you would recognize the eyes because you have seen them in so many of the Countess's court, in her suitors, in her servants, in her soldiers. You see ambition. There is power here, power that Vraxis Kell could not find elsewhere. And with that, another true believer is born. Yes. At least one who wishes something out of the bargain. The others are terrified but intrigued. Perhaps not won over just yet, but they are certain to return. And your favor with the Grave Father, your piety increases. Not yet enough for another reward, but Percival arises and looking around, he steps off his first tentative steps. You've seen him walk before, but there is a difference in the movements. The movements are no longer these controlled, robotic, programmed. These are the steps of a being that thinks and feels. He looks at the bony hands now covered in blood. He rises and kneels before you. My mistress, thank you. Bows his head.
Ophelia bows back in return.
My service, my loyalty, always to you.
Thank you, Percival.
And rises, no longer hidden by the robe, just in full skeletal glory, and sort of stands behind Ophelia. You've not noticed before, but Percival is always hunched in the robe, but when Percival stands tall, he stands looming behind Ophelia, you know, sort of 6 foot something, 6'2", tall. The bones, you see there is a thickness to them now, more sturdy, stronger, and those glowing red eyes never fade.
Thank you, friends. This concludes our sermon and ceremony. Please.
Rowan leaves immediately. He's already at the door.
Yeah, Teresa like rushes up to the door as you guys leave, and Teresa, as people are leaving, starts saying sort of like, "Flesh for the mortal, blood for the eternal," saying like as each individual person goes, like just bowing her head, like fully sort of like, right, this is it, I can help, and sort of like, oh, please come back, blah, blah, and like absolutely is now, fully involved. And as people leave, you see a number of those faces turning back and just, the same look of like absolute intrigue, like you've won them over, or at least got their interest for now.
Awesome.
But Vraxis Kel and Teresa are now, basically you can consider them followers of Sister Ophelia in the house.
Frax kill. Update.
He's still an arsehole.
I think as I'm leaving, I've also completely forgotten about the whole leave with a happy memory or a thing like that. So I've just got this image of Ophelia just like pouring this blood over this heart and this energy that's emanating around Percival. That's just like locked in my mind. It's like, it was haunting, but also, I mean, clearly there's a power here. It's hard to fight against
power.
this.
Yeah.
That was rad as hell, by the way.
That was awesome.
So good.
So good.
Shit, holy crap.
So proud of you.
What? And the fact that you've made these pamphlets and you prepared the whole ceremony and the
As
prayer.
a reminder, I'll be putting these up on Patreon if you are a podcast listener, the pamphlets. So
And
you
also
too can worship.
Made two, so we could share them.
Literally so that the table could join in. Even though Gruff and Daisy were like, I'm absolutely not saying these words out loud.
I think it's complicated for Gruff because he supports Ophelia. He knew what was going to happen because he gave Ophelia the wood to do this.
Yeah.
But saying the words out loud, I'm not going to say whether or not he said them in his head, but out loud, he's not there.
You're still a believer in your faith, even if it's shaken and stuff like that. This would like.
Why not?
The Duke has allowed it, and it's not technically heresy because of agreements with Osseous, but this is such a line. Like, watching these people dedicate themselves to a foreign religion is like quite a shocking thing for somebody who is so a traditionalist like Gruff, But yeah, this is with that. So Percival now, by the way. So all of his his wisdom and intelligence are now 10.
Oh, nice.
His strength goes up to 16.
Oh, shit.
So he's
He's a strong boy.
yeah, he's strong.
Stronger than me too.
And he has he can use martial weapons and armor. And you can command him basically as if he was mini. He also gains more hit points. I think I gave you all the information for him, last week, but if you need it again, I can get that all up.
Yeah.
I think it's 4 times your level or something like that.
Yes.
I can't remember. And then he also uses your proficiency bonus. So when he makes an attack, it would be +7 with a melee attack because it's your proficiency plus his strength.
Yeah.
So it would be +7 to attack with. You can, but you will need to physically equip him. You have some black chainmail, which I believe makes his AC 16.
So you meant equip him like a weapon.
You wield him, swing him around. No, but you would So he has chainmail, which makes his AC 16. But if you'd like to go out and buy him weapons, you can go out and buy him weapons.
Yep.
And you can also
sat around, right?
Oh no, Percy's getting new stuff.
He's getting new stuff. What about the glaive?
No hand-me-downs.
I know we had that in.
Yeah. He's getting the best.
He's getting new shit. Yeah, we can take him.
So let's, unless you guys want to chat to Ophelia after that wonderful little bit of RP, if we can proceed to the next morning and you guys getting ready, or if anybody would like to jump in and have any RP conversations.
What does Percy do now? Does he still do all of his usual duties?
I suppose in a way, yeah, but he's more human about them.
And this is now you have given Percival a gift that it's very hard for any of us to understand because because there was a conscious thought when Daisy's been using telepathy, but it was so limited. It was this was like a baby program, a baby AI, didn't really understand anything. You've just he now thinks and can feel and understand things, and that's you. It's not the Gravefather that's given that to him. It's not Osseous or the House of Blood. Ophelia gave that to him, and so he is loyal to he is he basically would see Ophelia like his mother or like, you know, his mentor. So he still does all of those things, but now he chooses to do them. It's not as regimented. Like, you know, he might get distracted from time to time, but like if you say, oh, Percival, help me with this, he will do it still. But there's just a bit more free thought, but it's kind of free thinking coupled with this like such admiration and loyalty towards Ophelia. Like it would be very hard to like break him from that mindset of like going against what you ask of him or tell him to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I think as like I'm leaving at least, I almost want to try and get a gauge of what the other people leaving, how they responded to it. I know one guy fainted, but like I know you also said they're going to come back. But like, what was all of them doing this chant as well?
They were trying to join in, but it's in that kind of. They didn't really know what they were saying either, and they were like, they started reading the pamphlet, going, but like definitely there is a curiosity. Like a lot of them are just sort of like, that was incredible. Like what a thing. Like some of them are like, that can't have been real magic, was it? Like that was a performance, that wasn't real. And then some of them are like, one of them is like, no, I've studied magic at the academia, like that was real, like, you know, that I could detect necromancy, that wasn't a trick, that was real necromancy. Like that artifact, that heart was incredible, you know. And that's, I've never heard of anything like that, that must be from Osseous, you know. There's a lot of that kind of like whispering kind of chat. But yeah,
I guess there was also a lot of talk because I think the first time round the sermon was, people die, that's great. I fucking love that shit. But this time round it was more of a like celebration of life as well, and that I guess would have allayed
also
a lot
an understanding
fears.
of like, the Great Father understands that death is suffering and all these things, and that's why he's so wise and he's so
It's a lot more
kind
relatable.
yeah.
I think that's the
She's
thing,
just
that
like us.
The celebration of life is what would have perked up Gruff's ears and been like, oh, like that whole bit would have, given Gruff something to think about.
Oh, nice.
Bless you.
I think I kind of come out of it almost like meeting up with the others and almost like after seeing a show where you're kind of like, that was good. That was
To process it a little bit.
And
Yeah.
think about this when.
Yeah. That's everyone sitting in Frankie's and Benny's after the film going like, did I like that? It's like me coming out.
man?
It's like me coming out of Phantom Menace and going like, that was good, right, guys? Yeah, that was good, right?
That was me coming out of Wonder Woman, and in the space of 10 minutes I was like, fuck that movie, that was shit.
Yeah, it's that kind of vibe. Whereas in this, it's like leaning towards the positive.
No.
It's like they're overcoming that shock and horror with oh my God, that power, you know, like and the things that she said, like, like we should celebrate life. And, you know, Teresa, I think, has encouraged them as she's kind of leading them out of the gates and back into the streets. She's kind of seeing them all out. And like, she's probably doing things like, oh, please don't forget to work on your crafts or arts. Like, I would love to see what you make. And like, kind of encouraging, maybe talking to one of them, like, oh, what do you do? And like, Teresa's kind of doing the more personable, like, one-to-one stuff, right? Because now Ophelia has this, like, oh my God, this powerful priestess vibe to you that makes you almost a little bit untouchable, a little bit sort of out of reach to these people. So Teresa's kind of, not intentionally so, but just sort of being this more like, you know, like the little local church priest who's like has a chat with you and a cup of tea, you know, and then you have like the big cardinals who are like, you know, doing the big speeches. It's kind of becoming a bit more like that.
Nice. I love that.
And as a point as well, Teresa and even Rex's Cole, if you want them to look after the shrine, they will always come back and basically be on hand to look after the place.
Cool.
More the shrine than the inn. Like, Rex's Cole doesn't give a shit about the inn. They don't walk dogs. Teresa would probably walk. He'd probably walk the dog. Yeah, she would probably walk the dog. Rex's Cole, let's say.
I'm imagining like one of the people that came was like, I'm going to work on my craft. I'm going to go killing again.
Well,
Here I go murdering again.
Sister Ophelia didn't exactly say that wasn't something that couldn't be.
Specify.
No, anything that brings you passion, anything that makes
Dancing, dancing,
And-
murdering.
Love murdering.
Do what you love, guys. Just do what you
cross the Scarlet Ocean.
Just like blood for the blood, flesh for the.
And there is the other one that also left that was such a vibe.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, she is like, I can't believe it. Oh my god, I have to come back next week. I'm gonna bring all of my friends. Like they're gonna love it.
See, I was here.
I was here first.
I found it. Basically found it.
Based.
I'm gonna write a journal about this.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna go home and journal about the experience. Absolutely. In her like very gothic journal. Her dad's like this kind of plump, really lovely like merchant guy, and she's like, "You don't understand me, Dad," and like she goes up into like throws herself on the bed and like writes in her journal.
The Vampire Freak's Diaries.
Yeah, basically. Absolutely. But with that, so the next day, you guys, if you would like to make any preparations or get things, ready
Ron has a
for your
nightmare.
journey.
Ron
Yeah.
has a nightmare of his heart being taken out and given to Percival.
Wakes up in cold
Yeah.
sweats. Yeah. Maybe like I like the idea of you wake up and like maybe like you left your door open and Percival's just looking in your room, like with a broom in his
Pull out my
hand.
duvet. Hello, Percival.
What is the matter, Mr. Rowan?
Oh.
I was just doing some cleaning. Are you all right?
It's a bad dream.
Oh,
I'm fine.
sleep well.
Ron just stares at the wall for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Perfect. Amazing. Yes. Well, a new day dawns.
Not the saying.
A new dawn days. It is the summer month, so you're starting to wake up and it's getting really warm during the days now. Except in like it's definitely, but I think it would still be affected by the season. So this is more like Ice Heart summer. So like maybe the snow is a little bit less, and like whatever Ice Heart would be like in the summer. So like there'd be still really cold, frozen parts, right? But I almost
It's like
imagine
walking into aircon.
Yeah, a little bit.
Walking
Yeah.
back out into the war.
The people of Kaja, you see people out, like they've switched to more of their summer attire. People are like getting ready for like summer events and holy days and things like that. But yeah, it's a pretty busy thing. But yeah, you potentially have a journey ahead. So if you would like to do any preparations for that, absolutely, today's the day.
We need to make some plans. Obviously, we have all of us. Oh, and Percival.
Yes.
And Saren. So we need to plan for that. There's extra mouths to feed. Percival?
I require no sustenance, Mr. Xanthias.
Good to know.
Well, Saren also helps with the food because she catches fish. That's the whole.
Oh, wow.
But
that's-
able to catch fish in a proto-magi vault?
Well, if there's fish, we'll catch
Well, that could be. I don't fully know the rules, but...
If there's fish, we'll catch
We'll
it.
Yeah, okay, great.
That's Gruff's guarantee.
Just a
Have
three.
fish will catch.
It's only a 3-day trip. We'll be fine.
Well, 6.
Well, there, but then we have to come back again.
And we don't know how
Oh,
long
yeah.
we'll be there. But
And we could be in the vault for decades.
it could be in there for decades, maybe more, maybe
not.
less.
So we'll have to find a new life once we're in there.
Yeah, obviously, all the things we know and love gone. But
Don't say that.
I will not go anywhere, Sister Ophelia.
Thank you. It brings me a little comfort.
Is Percival still covered in Ophelia's blood? Is that like a permanent stain now?
No, I would say so. Like maybe there's like on the blackened heart, there is like almost like these red streaks that seem to have been absorbed in and stayed. But he's washed his hands, like they're perfectly white
Just
now. And
smearing
stuff.
it across the inn.
No, yeah. He's very clean. He's very
Cleaning
hygienic.
tables.
So like he would like wash his
Goes back
hands.
to, like,
He's
white
also probably wearing his robes again, but he has the chainmail under them now, so he has the robes
bulked
on.
out a little
Yeah.
bit.
That reminds me, we need to get you some method of protection for yourself, Percy.
yes.
Yes, of course. I need something to protect you with, Sister Ophelia.
But do you have a preference for what you'd like to wield?
A preference? I have never had a preference before.
Well,
I do not know. I do not know what options are available to me.
we'll have to have a look, won't we?
There's
Yes.
slashing, there's bashing, there's
I would like something to protect Sister Ophelia better.
a shield.
Yes. Yes, that
yes.
seems advisable.
Okay.
And a sword, then, I guess, or a one-handed.
Well, it's
Didn't you give Percival a whip?
If I've got that back.
Oh, you got the back, okay.
I perhaps think something that is more heavy than the whip. I feel like I have more strength than I had before.
Yes, you look stronger. You look.
Or perhaps not a shield, but something with which I know that some of you fight, perhaps something that gives me reach.
Oh, like a lance.
Yes, or spear or something like that.
How about a scythe?
Yes, a scythe. That is normally
Stop
a...
trying to make Percy the Grim
I mean-
Reaper.
Look at him!
I don't think
a
a
scythe is
scythe
good.
is a
Is that not normally a
particularly-
farming tool?
Yes, it is. It's also very. If we're in a tight corridor, that sort of thing, I don't think it'd be particularly
has
useful.
got
Cool as fuck.
And slams. It would be
What
really
is the one the guardsmen use here in Ashen's Rest?
halberd.
Halberd. If that is a suitable weapon for a guard.
It's got a
perhaps.
stabby top and it's got a axey side.
I mean, we could perhaps get you a shield as well, just in case.
Yes.
I mean,
But that could be useful.
Or something to throw if the foes are far away. Perhaps something that I can use to...
Do you imagine you're any good with a bow?
I might be. I've never fired a bow before.
Okay.
But I am capable of carrying as well. I am... give me a backpack and I can carry whatever is required.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes.
incredible shields.
I would ask about the logistics of this relationship, but last time I tried that, I stumbled a million times. Do you still require Ophelia's orders, or are you more free-thinking?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't feel... I am aware of what my purpose when I was animated was. I was animated to serve the House of Blood, and I was given to Sister Ophelia and told to follow her commands, and I remember that. But I no longer feel compelled magically to do so. Instead, there is a different kind of compulsion. I do not wish to disappoint Sister Ophelia or see her come to harm or for her to suffer when I can help. What is that called? Is that magical compulsion?
It's just
fatherhood.
Compassion, not compulsion.
Compassion. Then yes, I feel that.
Amazing.
But that's nice.
okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Does that extend to all of us?
I think of you fondly. Sister Ophelia cares for you, yes?
Yes, I do.
Oh, then I would consider I feel the
Yay.
same.
I'm so glad that you can have thoughts and feelings now,
Yes.
Percival.
Yes.
I am also glad of this. We must thank Sister Ophelia together.
Thank you, Sister Ophelia of the House of Blood.
Sister Ophelia.
I would do it again in a heartbeat.
We know.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I mean, it may not be appropriate, but I do have my old shield, if you'd like that. But I don't know. I made it out of one of my old rafts, and I don't know if it's grand enough for him.
It does look pretty
It
shabby.
is literally like, the old heel.
even Percival is like.
It's the first one that he had.
Percival
and then-
doesn't think. I should make it very clear. This is me speaking of like Sister Ophelia. No, it's like
Oh, Gruff,
I appreciate the sentiment, but I think
Yeah, it's all right.
something.
It's not grand enough. It's okay. I just made it
I
with
thought
my
we were
hands.
going to mount it in the air.
Yes, it's a. You
Probably
must
not.
be sentimental about it. You're an adventuring shield.
We could put it above not the fireplace, that might go up.
No, that would go up and
Yeah, no, it
burn
would
its
go up
piece.
A
straight
different
away.
wall.
Maybe
Go
not.
up
Maybe not on
straight
a wall.
bar.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe not high up, just in case it falls off. the
No,
shelf.
I'm hearing it.
true,
Look,
yeah, it's
I'm
quite
gonna.
heavy.
It's going to go in the shrine. I'm going to make it
That
part
was
of it.
trash.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Xanthias. What did you just say there?
wow.
A little louder.
Loud.
No, I think you've always heard me.
My old ears
said all
didn't
the
quite
church.
hear you. What did you
Well,
say?
the church.
I think it was trash.
I didn't say that.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You misheard me. You misheard me.
Trash.
Mr. Xanthias said trash. Yes.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Percival.
good, he is
Already you have
free-thinking.
better manners than this one.
Do I?
Yes,
Oh, I'm glad.
you're a good boyo.
Is that a good thing?
Yes. Not at the moment, no.
We don't want
Such a weird relationship if I'm like, I'm a good boy.
But you really want it to be that, don't you? You kind of do.
well,
No. Ooh, what if though? Ooh, what if though?
You want that fun, you know.
fancy wancy.
Call me a good boy, Daddy.
Flap!
See, now you don't want it.
No, I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna slap you.
I'm gonna move on from this. In terms of things like supplies and rations and things like that, you have a little bit of experience with that now. So it would simply be, I would say, let's call it. Let us say, for all of you, 5 silver each day, about 2 meals a day. About a gold per day for all of you in terms of just raw rations.
Let's get
so
10.
yeah, like easily enough, right? Like
A gold for all of us.
yeah, because and that's assuming it's going to be like ingredients rather than like trail rations. So I'm assuming that Rowan or somebody's going to cook each night. If you like trail rations, they'll be about 5 gold each. So
Are we gonna say that we've straight up lost everything from our previous journey? Because I still
yeah,
have,
because it would have been like eaten on the journeys, and also like it's been like several
We gave a
weeks
lot to
since.
Stuart.
Not Stuart, Rodri.
And yeah. mostly
Rodri had his
yeah.
own feed. Don't blame
Oh,
us
we
on
need to
us.
pick up Rodri.
Yeah.
That reminds me of
Fizzy water they have here. It's so bubbly. It's weird.
I know it's
Cauldron
cauldron,
water,
yes,
yeah.
that's how they do it here.
She's
I'm
probably
surprised
had
you're not
like
used
one
to it yet.
sip of that.
Yeah, I
You're
have.
the slowest drinker.
It's so
I've ever
heavy.
seen.
It's like practically full.
Okay. But if we get, say, 10 days worth of food,
Rations,
of
regular
rations.
rations, yeah. And then we'll have
enough.
Saren going catching fish, and
On the
I'll make
way,
a
yeah.
stew.
Or there could be fish in the vault, like we said.
The more that we
You
can
never
find-
know.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, yes, weapons for Percival.
Yes.
A shield. Nice one.
Vitality
And,
potions.
Potions, yes.
Yeah, so I think those would still be. You would get a little discount on those, being the heroes of Ashton's Rest that you are. The alchemist shop, Aquilo's Alchemical. They only have. I'm gonna roll to see how many they have.
who doesn't have vitality potions while Mara's
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
I have one.
Yeah, I think the last time we went.
Unfortunately, they
to
only
them-
have 3 vitality potions in stock.
Yeah.
They do still have some of the weapon oils as well, which are you can coat a weapon and you get a
You have
D4
one.
of elemental damage for a minute.
How much is it for the 3?
But each vitality potion will be 40 gold.
Okay.
So each, and they're only basic
120.
vitality potions.
120. Okay, I'm gonna
Ooh,
buy.
I'm gonna roll a D3
I have one.
on a D6. Sorry, on a 1 to 3. They don't have any greater vitality potions.
Okay.
On a 4, 5, or 6, I'm going to say he has 1 greater vitality potion.
That's going straight to Percival.
5. So there is also a greater vitality potion available. I'm going to say that would cost you 200 gold. But it will give you 44 plus 4 temporary hit points.
Oh, wow.
So one functions exactly the same as the other one, so it's a temporary hit point thing. So again, it's a bonus action to drink it, say, before a fight or like early on in a fight. They'll give you those temporary hit points. And those temporary hit points last basically until you take a long rest.
Yeah.
So, you know, quite good to have, like, if you're going into a battle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tom, what's the math on that?
Where?
240, so 40, 40, 40 would be 120.
Yeah.
So 320 for all of those potions.
I will buy all of them.
Okay, great.
Can I
Yes.
please buy a poisoner's kit?
Yes. You can. Let me
there's
find
also
out
the,
how much that is.
Well, it's
weapon
one of
oils as
my one of my sneak attacks.
Oh,
I
that's
can add.
right.
I can
You've
add
got your new
poison
thing.
to my attack, but I need to have a poisoner's kit. on my
Oh,
verses. So
okay.
I would like that, please.
Now that's an interesting question, Daisy.
major.
Where? Because obviously
take a
that's
regular.
quite a clandestine thing to buy.
Yeah.
A
Put it on your,
poisoner's
put it in your inventory.
kit.
Is it?
Well, yeah, like who would have a poisonous kit in civilized society, you know? This isn't just...
That Taylor.
Well, that's what I was gonna, you know, we need to, you know, I think you can do this, obviously, but you would need to spend some time, like, trying to figure out where to go. And you've picked up a few things. You know thieves can.
Yeah.
You know these kind of things. You would find down a back alleyway a fence, basically, like the symbol for, like, a rogue's fence, like a thief's fence, somebody who buys stolen goods. And it's done up as like a pawn shop.
With beads.
P-A-W-N, P-A-W-N.
Can I help?
Behave.
No, this one is, it's almost done like an antique shop, but it says, like, we buy, we sell, you know, pretty much everything. There's musical instruments, there's, like, all sorts of things in there. What are you whispering over there? What did you say?
I
She is
I
filth.
joined them in the pit.
Oh, I see.
It's so easy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Easy
Come
get
to
in the
my
filth
pit.
Yeah.
My filthy pit.
It wasn't even.
I'm always
like,
coming into Trot's pit.
Yeah. It wasn't even smart or funny. It was just
You
dumb.
go in and you negotiate, and I'll have to come up with this NPC maybe a different time because I'm on the fly here. It costs you 50 gold. But this is like a proper dodgy kind of like, place. And I think that the NPC, let's make them a dwarf. They're a male dwarf. Kind of slick hair, like balding spot. What hair they have, they've slicked back in a kind of comb over, kind of running down their back. Their beard is actually quite short. He's quite skinny for a dwarf. It's still broad, but doesn't have the musculature that you're used to seeing. And you can see that his 3 of his fingers have turned to brass. So he's obviously maybe a little bit older. His earth blood is like spikes. He's like shaped them into spikes coming out of like the sides of his chin. And like maybe even like his beard, he's shaved like a little goatee patch. And he has these big brass spikes in his chin. And he'll just ask you, he'll say, I'm trying to remember what's Gottrek's voice. Manling. Hey, little girl. Do you work for the diadem?
No.
He's like, he like looks you over. Show me your hands. Like looks you over. All right. You're an independent.
Yeah.
Bit young for this line of work, aren't you?
No.
Like eyes you up. Well, if you've got good gold, and he slides over this wooden box, a sort of black lacquered box with a sliding top that is it's like a puzzle box. He shows you how to open it, so that if somebody finds it, they would open it and just find like a little sort of jewelry box inside. But actually, there's a trick to it. When he does, there are these vials and sort of like brushes and even like a little metal capsule that you can attach to a blade or a weapon, and it will coat the weapon in poison very quickly. And it's 50 gold.
I give the 50.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I shouldn't close that because you're probably going to want to buy weapons in a moment. No, he absolutely, so you now have a poisonous kit.
Hell yeah. I presume this is also like a no one else is there thing.
Yeah, this is the kind of place.
way-
There's only, it says like one customer at a time
yeah.
out the front and things like that,
No school kids.
Okay. Okay.
No groups
Okay.
of 3.
Yeah.
No groups of 3.
Did you also want to look at weapon oils as well?
The elemental oils,
Yeah.
weapon oils.
No, that wasn't me, was it?
Well, I don't know. Would it be useful for you to
I
have
don't
it?
think.
Well, you wouldn't be able to apply them to your radiant blades because they're not
Ah.
physical.
Right. Okay.
Same with the poisonous kit, by the way. If you want to use the poison, I would say. Actually, no, I would. Because it doesn't say it would express that you can't use them on your radiant blades. I'd say the weapon oils, no, but the poisonous kit. you
Sure.
can.
Okay.
So I almost mentioned it's actually like Daisy, like throwing a vial of poison, then using the blade and stuff like that, almost.
Okay.
So while Mara's looking up
Mm-hmm.
Percy's new fit, so of the 4 potions I bought, you've now got 1 minor.
I've got a regular vitality because I now have some
and you've put that in your inventory.
defense. I have it in my inventory.
Boy,
Do any of you
Thank you,
guys?
Daddy.
Stop.
technically you should call me Mother because I'm not using my gruff voice.
Oh,
Kim
thanks,
voice.
Mummy.
You're welcome.
That's all right.
What would you two like?
What do you want from
Bleach.
the shop? You get
Ear
bleach.
Yeah. Do you guys need any potions? Any healing potions?
Whatever you get, please, could I get some bronze change?
Yes, can we go visit before we leave?
Focus on the potions first.
I have a vitality.
You have 1.
I'm good.
I don't have any vitality.
Okay, right. Let's give you a major because I'm just feeling a certain
Something
way.
might go down.
Yeah.
It should be in D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
they
should
are.
be greater
They are in there.
vitality, yeah.
There might be a roof
So
that
I've
Ophelia
got
could fall off.
So I've got
She
2.
might
then
look
you'll
at
catch me,
something
so-
wrong and just
True.
Yeah.
face
I'll feather
plant.
for you.
I've got 2 regular
I am acted
vitality.
in Proteus, but
Steps off the curb.
Katie, do you want one?
I've got a vitality.
You got 1. You've got 1.
A minor one.
I got 2 that I've just bought, and I have 1 in my inventory
Santius.
anyway. So.
I've got 1, but
Do you want me to take
I mean, if
another
you-
one? I don't know. Do you take another one?
I think you should take another one.
No, you take.
Because you're also faster than me.
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Okay, so you
I've been playing
So
a
is
lot
that-
of XCOM.
So I'll take the last one.
Well,
as
also,
well.
yeah, because Daisy can bonus action do things like dashing and
Yeah.
Likely to be up
Charging.
close,
Yeah.
personal.
What I was going to say is because I
or can like
heal as
hide
well.
and sneak up to somebody.
Yeah.
But don't forget, they're not healing potions. They won't get somebody up if you are
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
true.
the thing. So you should take it. You take it. You
It's
take
like
it.
preloading.
I'll take 2.
You take it because I've got healing hands. So
Ophelia, in terms of weapons, it's carte blanche. Like, obviously, Dante's is maybe a little expensive, and I don't know how much you would want to go see Alana. But there are
oh my god,
other.
go see her.
There are other blacksmiths, like for just more mundane, like if you want to kind of save some money, you can just go to the regular blacksmiths, and like it's very easy to get things like weapons and stuff like that. But really the choice is, what do you want to outfit Percival with? And do you want to go see Alana and make it more fancy? Because then that's a role-play encounter and I have to role-play.
That's true.
Yes, go
Which I'm
see.
fine.
Oh my god, go and see her. Oh, that's
I don't
going to
know,
be
man.
juicy.
Like, she was all over Xanthias though at the fashion show.
I mean,
I would say all over, but noticed
More attention than you.
obviously, Ophelia, we could get, regular weapons for Percival, but if we need anything more special, it does mean Alana. And, I mean, if you don't want to go,
well,
You will have to say hi to her at some point.
yes, well, she's not really giving me the time of day, so is it worth it? Is she worth it?
Are the clothes worth it?
Oh, look, the clothes are always worth it. Oh, the clothes are always worth it.
the armour was very nice.
And the armour was
weapon-
very nice.
But it does
Percival's
mean...
chainmail is quite tattered. I think I described it as being quite sort of worn, the black chainmail.
Oh, fine, you've twisted my arm. I'll go see Alana.
Didn't really
She'll probably
need much
charge me double.
Well, we can all go just to make sure she doesn't, fight you, then you bite. She
mean, I'll
dies.
win.
Well, obviously, but
She might like that.
I've got a solution.
Okay.
I'm wearing this fancy
Worrying.
bistro now.
No, you won't keep me that clean.
No, yes. Here. And I give Ophelia my disgusting old studded leather.
Oh, between that and my shield.
Yeah, just a bit pongy, but Percival won't mind. Oh, that's bad.
Oh yeah. Oh, my shield's got a few splinters actually.
Rowan, no,
I've-
it's sentimental. We were going to hang that up above the fireplace,
Oh, it would look good above the
Keep
fireplace.
it there,
it's
or,
already been
or, the
worn,
trash.
They do say not to pass on armour that's already been worn, just because of integrity's sake, And
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, and the stab wound is right there.
oh,
In the
yes,
shoulder.
yes. Then maybe not, because that exposes a vulnerable point right by Percy's heart.
Where he'd be holding the halberd as well.
So
Still think
thank you,
should
but
be
no,
silent.
Rowan.
All right, the offer was there. That's right.
Into the fire.
Well, we
Fire
could-
burns
again.
green.
We don't have to go to Alana, but I know we would also be more expensive than just regular gear. So
Yeah, but
I
it's
guess really
Ophelia.
this is a question for
It's
Percival. Would you want a more expensive, maybe more bespoke weapon, or would you be able to take care of it? Would you be able to use it efficiently?
Are you doubting my abilities to maintain something?
Well, it's not. No, I don't. It's not that I'm doubting you. I know your skills almost as well as you do.
Oh, I am well practiced in weapon maintenance. I have been looking after Sister Ophelia's weapon and many of my other masters and mistresses' weapons for many years, many
Okay. I
I
centuries.
wouldn't trust anyone else with my weapons.
That's a good point. Okay,
Yes,
so
I am very comfortable.
a more expensive weapon would not get just lost immediately in your hands.
Oh no,
Great.
goodness no.
Good. That's and we again, Ilana might be able to make something more bespoke for.
I don't think she'd want to.
She might be intrigued by the challenge.
It has been a
Has
while.
this woman disrespected your Sister Ophelia?
Other way around. She misunderstood me. It's just a matter of miscommunication.
She's a fool then.
Yes,
Well-
she is a fool.
Let's not go into the shop with that mentality.
But she is.
Well, it's been a while, Ophelia. Maybe things are cooled off. Maybe this is a perfect opportunity for you to go and
Roll another nat one.
roll another that one. But let's be real, Ophelia. You did double book.
Yeah, but then, well, I was excited. I made a friend, and I had a sermon to do, and
Percival, Lady Ophelia was supposed to go on a date with and I'm going to tell Percival what happened so that Percival can understand.
But I do not understand. Why does this woman not respect... Sister Ophelia was doing important sermon. Surely that outweighs anything else.
Her feelings were hurt.
I don't understand.
You haven't had feelings long enough to understand that, but you will one day. Understand that you can have hurt feelings, and that's not very nice.
That seems very foolish.
Okay.
I think this woman should apologize to Sister Ophelia.
I bought her gifts and everything, Percy.
He holds a bony hand up. What more must be said?
I spent all my gold on her, Percy.
Did you give her those gifts?
I did. Well, I threw them down on the table beside her because she misunderstood me.
Oh, right.
So
What
maybe
were
we
your
can go
gifts?
there.
It was like flowers and chocolates
Flowers,
and things.
chocolates, the
usual.
cigars.
It was a whole hamper of
It was a
of
hamper
goodies.
of goodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
A
just,
mixtape.
yeah, I said something about
Personalised note.
time and maybe not being worth of time, but she misunderstood me. Something about time. Maybe it's best I don't go. Actually, this is bubbling up old feelings.
Okay, if you don't want to go, we can just get
making me
some...
angry.
Don't
again.
worry, right? We just go, okay? Because it's going to linger on your mind if we go out tropesing in the woods for 3 days and you're going to be thinking about this. I say you take action on this, and we're going to be gone straight after.
So I kill her.
Well, no, we never said kill her. That is like...
No.
I
Okay,
don't know where you got
new
that.
rule, that's the last thing you should think of when dealing with people in
That's
this
how
city.
we've been solving all our problems so
Yeah,
far.
we're bad people. Ilana's not a bad person. Not a bad
Doesn't like
person.
me.
That doesn't make someone a bad person, though.
I think
Sometimes
it makes
people-
them a bad person.
Okay.
I'm working to make people like me. And it's working. So why doesn't she like me?
Well, you haven't tried again yet. Maybe she just needed some time.
She hasn't come to my sermons or anything.
You didn't try apologising.
I did! I bought her
Well, a
gifts.
day after...
Face a little bit.
And I don't know exactly what you said to her, but... I
Maybe, yeah. I think
can't remember if we
maybe
were there. We weren't, were we?
she's had a bit of time now, so she might feel a bit better.
Time is a great
She
healer.
didn't come see me at the fashion show, and I looked really nice.
Oh, she was there.
She saw you at the fashion show.
Everyone did.
Oh, shut up.
This is not helping, Xanthias.
I was just saying.
Let's go. And then
We can wait outside.
we can leave Ashton's Rest straight after.
Yeah, let's do everything
Straight
else.
away.
And then we can.
Let's leave that to
do
the
that
last
last.
thing.
If we need to flee, we can.
We've got Rodri.
We've got Rodri.
Fine. We'll bury the hatchet.
Not literally.
Not literally, right?
That is not a
Not in
saying
the
here.
face. Not
We
in the
have
face.
to
See
be
Percival,
very
like...
explicit.
No, no. We don't bury hatchets
You don't
here.
say that here? What do you say here then?
Sorry.
We'll slit the throat.
Yes.
That's what we're saying is our step. We'll slit the throat.
Yeah.
We'll drain them of their life.
No,
Say that in the
definitely
SR
not.
step.
That's an Osseous thing.
Yes, that is definitely. Well, maybe. Yeah. Well.
Let's go at the end.
Yeah.
Before that, clever toad.
Yes.
There might be a premonition.
That's a
about
good idea. Yes. Why am I going through this?
Off to see the kobolds.
The wonderful Tarek kobolds. You make your way to the Clever Toad, and stepping inside, it is the daytime, so Boulder is not there. Boulder generally works the night shift, the late night shift.
Disappointing.
But you see Marek Tarek and many of the other Tareks there, sort of welcome as you kind of step
Hey,
in,
everyone.
like. Hey, Rowan, hey, do you want some meat sticks? And, you know,
Yeah,
they
I'll
kind
take
of,
a meat
Yeah,
stick.
come on. You give a couple of, like, brass coins,
you.
give you a meat stick. And
You know I'm here.
we know why you're here, yeah. They see you go over, and as you're just sort of approaching the Clever Toad, you hear, like, oh, man, what are you doing out here? And Tarek, the matriarch, is, like, out, like, Is that the big boy who comes to see the toad all the time? And they're sort of, you know,
Big boy over here.
that's you. What? You're the only one who comes to use this thing.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, right?
Do you want to buy it?
No one can by such relic. It was placed here, right?
We
you built this place around it, right?
No, we'll just change the name. It's fine.
It's a mythical artifact.
No, it was made by some stupid wizard.
How much? You can't put a price. It must be thousands, right?
Yeah, 1,000 gold.
So cheap. I don't have that right. I've got 400.
I have 5.
Take it.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I do a quick premonition first to see if the clever toad wants to be taken?
Sure.
Nice. I'm gonna do.
I don't have.
Oh my god,
Have
we
my-
put it in the inn.
Bronze back.
Yeah, we're basically making money on this.
All right, I don't have my usual tables, so I'll tell you what. I'll just do basic. Positives or negatives are going to be a d20 roll. So
Okay.
You put the coin in, and it says, "You will find ill omen
Oh shit!
at nightfall."
That's tonight.
Any night.
Yeah, there it is.
You will find ill omen at nightfall. Beware.
The shadow.
Beware of what? Tell me. I've got my ear up against the glass.
Beware.
Beware of what? Damn it!
The Hierophant of light.
The Hierophant of Light. What could it all mean?
Fortune
Still going.
will be found today.
That's today.
That's it.
That's it. That's your.
Fortune will be found today. Do you want to be with me? I look into the taxidermy toad's eyes.
Make an insight check, darling.
Fate. Fate. Fate.
Fate, please.
Yeah, sure
Yeah,
thing.
please.
Take the toad, please. Look into its eyes.
8, 9. Plus 12.
Look into his eyes.
What,
Ask him.
What does Rowan want the answer to be?
Rowan wants the clever toad to want him.
Then the clever toad wants to be taken.
Must want me, right? This is the ultimate premonition. I embrace it
The whole machine.
and lift it.
It's even for you. Like this is going to be like carrying the whole thing back. It's like carrying the runestone all over again.
We could get Rodri and we could pick it up here and take it to the inn.
Oh, you're here. Hello.
Gold.
Oh wait, am I here? I might not be here.
You can be here. You want to go?
Oh, hey, what's going
No,
on,
I
Rowan?
kind of like the idea that Rowan just comes back with the fucking machine and nobody knows what.
Tarek,
yeah.
it's
I
like
put it back down and then I just spill out all my
all
coins.
your money.
Yeah.
Is that literally all
It's
the money you
400
have?
gold,
Yeah. The Tarek scrabble it all up. Tarek will bark and be like, Marek, go and get the painters. We're going to rename the place. And they're like, okay, mother. And they're like,
Oh my god, they're renaming the entire.
If you need more money, just let me know.
They don't have
yeah,
a lot of...
more money.
Yeah, I've only got 400 right now.
How much more can you
You
get?
said it was thousands. I'll keep donating
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
whenever I can.
Okay.
You don't know what you've done. And I
Oh, we do.
lift.
We really do. You stagger your way back. A few people like, oh, is that the clever toad? And like you kind of carry it all the way back. The rest of you are back at the inn, maybe kind of, still debating what's going to happen, like maybe getting all your supplies and packing up your bags. When through the door, a booted foot kicks them open.
Blessed day!
Silence, Rowan, you've got to stop doing that.
The Great Father Rowan!
He carries in this.
Behold!
What is that? Rowan, what is that?
Did you steal that?
No!
Is that the toad?
The toad is with us now.
Oh, bloody hell.
Why?
You stole it. You stole it from the
I
terrace.
bought it.
With What money?
There is
My
a
money.
corner right by the kitchen door where there is no space or no tables that it
Jotnyr's
fits
reward.
into perfectly.
I'm making my way over there.
How much was this?
It's an ongoing.
What?
I put a down payment down of 400 gold.
What?
And it's ongoing?
Yeah, they said it was
There's
worth.
more?
It's a priceless artifact.
Who said that?
They did. Well, I did. I said that.
Also, when you said it's worth thousands again, they didn't say
didn't
that.
say
You
that.
did.
So I'll be giving them more money as we get some more
It's
money.
like when Lucius would go in and be like, "How much is that?" I bet it must be this much, and just threw it. It's the same again. It's
same
happening
thing.
again.
There's probably
I
no
know how
way.
this man plays this game.
There's probably
You
no
have
way
one
we
joke,
have a.
Chris Trot. One joke.
There's no way we have like a rough appraisal of how much this thing would actually cost.
You've been studying arcane devices
I
and
have,
things like
I
that.
have, and I know that this
Give me an
is-
investigation check with your advantage
Oh,
because
I
your
do have
gold sight
advantage
eye.
now. You're right.
You pop the little goggles over down, give it like a little examination.
Oh my good god. Yeah, this is worth 1,000.
It's like a relic pinball machine.
Wait, sorry, what was it?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Or Arcana, I would allow.
I got like a 7.
A 7.
10 with Arcana.
You have no with a 10. Like the construction materials alone aren't worth that much. Like they like not even worth the 400 that Rowan's paid for it. The actual enchantment is rudimentary, but it's complex, but it doesn't do anything particularly clever. This is basically the spell Magic Mouth with a few extra bells and whistles. I mean, 400, paying that much for it's probably a bit too much.
Rowan,
I didn't realize how wobbly it was.
well, yeah, even the little stands have fallen off. This thing's a mess.
We'll treat it
It
much
could be
better.
improved. Like people with an artistic trait, you could like make it jazz it up a little bit, paint it up.
I think the
you know,
toad
fix
needs
it
a
up.
backdrop.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I think the toad needs a new toad.
Yes, yeah.
We can't change the source of its power.
Well, I mean, okay, the sort.
Can we get it a new skin at least? It's
It's falling
You'll have
apart.
to ask it.
its eyes
I
coming
offer a
off.
coin.
Wait, we still have to pay to use it?
How else would you get a premonition, Xanthias? Think, damn it!
Rowan, how...
Xanthias, when you're examining this thing, you're looking and you're like, wait a minute, yeah, there's no way to get money out of it. And when you're examining it with the gold sight eye, which has detect magic,
Yeah.
there's the faintest trace of conjuration magic in the coin slot. It doesn't keep the money. The money is being
for
sent
fuck's sake.
somewhere.
Son of a bitch.
Motherfucker. Oh, even across realms.
How else can he
haunts me.
afford the cake? And the women!
God damn.
Big slut.
That is great.
That is genius.
Since Rowan arrived at Ashen Rest, he has just been.
But it's brass.
He's just out there
It's
somewhere. Like,
brass
oh
coins.
shit, someone's using
It's
this.
literally 2p's. It's not like it's making a
Yeah, but how many dimensions does he have this fucking machine
Exactly
in?
that. How many machines are there?
Oh my god.
Genius. He's the smartest man
He's
of all
the
of
smart. He's the best of us and the worst
He
of us.
is.
He's got to feed his cake habit.
Okay.
Oh, that's so good.
Rowan, how binding was this deal you made with them?
It's the kobolds. What do you mean?
Did you draft up like a contract or a sale agreement or anything like that, or did you just?
Did you when you get a vitality potion?
There would have been like a receipt, yeah. It would have been a little handwritten receipt.
Yeah, I don't have it on me now, but yeah, like.
Yeah, of course.
Well-
Kim Gruff takes Kim's job and keeps all the receipts
I
and
have to keep
taxes.
track of
For hoardings, yeah, for when you do your yearly,
Like
bi-yearly
always, like,
hoarding, yeah.
Take a picture of it,
Don't want
send it
tax
to
man
Kim
coming.
Gruff.
Yeah.
Well, I've got it now, and they've got the money.
But
So
it's not worth nearly this, I'm sure, to you. But financially speaking, you could
worth
easily
thousands
recover.
more.
But you could recover quite a lot of this money.
they're changing
Rowan.
the
Is this-
name of their establishment because of this.
Really?
Yeah, it was called the Clever Toad. It was named after this relic.
What's it going to be called now?
I don't know.
It's irrelevant.
The Empty Nothing.
That's true, I suppose.
The pub.
Ye pub. Ye pub.
Building. Okay. all
Place
right, well,
of refreshment.
Look, I
Generous
think
Jotun.
I think you've paid more.
Gullible-
Oh, I love that.
the Gullible Jotnyr.
Jotnyr. Yeah, the Gullible Jotnyr.
The fucking idiot.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think that has to be it. Yeah, I think it has to be that.
Next time you go back to visit Boulder.
But the thing is, I don't know if they would call it like the naive yacht, because like they like Rowan. They actually do genuinely like Rowan, and the Tariks love him. So I don't think they would be mean about it.
Yeah, but this is like 400 gold. This is
Plus.
more money than they've seen in a long time, right?
The oblivious Jotnyr or something like that. They'll call it.
yeah.
And like the picture will be a very familiar looking Jotnyr with coins falling out of his pouch or something
All
like
brass
that.
coins.
Yeah.
It's like a neon sign as well. They've got the money for it now, like an animated thing.
Magical, yeah.
Automatic door.
Yeah.
Well, where'd you get all the money? Oh,
Okay, you've paid enough for this. You don't need to make continued payments to the Tariks for this.
No.
beware nightfall.
Excuse me?
My friends, beware the night.
Have you had another
The
vault like?
Hierophant
The elephant?
light.
What?
Beware
What's the Hierophant?
and nightfall bad.
What's the Hierophant?
I don't know it. I don't know. I'm shaking the clever toe.
Is it like a hyphen? Elephant.
Hierophant.
Hieroglyphics?
Where did you just learn that word, or
Yes.
from
The toad.
the toad?
Can I roll something to see what a Hierophant is?
Yeah, religion check.
Oh, I'm good at religion. That's a 9 plus 2.
So for 10, you vaguely heard that the term Hierophant is a religious leader or religious person, basically. Kind of like a priest or like a high priest or something like that. But it's quite an antiquated term. It's not really used so much these days. It's kind of used in the early days of the Church of the Scions. Now high priest or high priestess would probably be used more.
I think it's some kind of priest or something, priestess, something religious, someone in the religious clergy.
To be careful out there.
I mean, we
Tonight.
do already know that.
Yes, we already have
Yeah.
to watch out for one religious figure. Yeah.
Could mean Ikara Yalta. We could stumble across them. Ilara, the sun.
Oh, the sun. Yes, the sun.
Ikara
You mean
Sunsword.
Ilkara?
Sun sword, yes.
Wait, this says Lightheart here. This
Yeah.
wanted sign I have here. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Ikara Lightheart, yeah.
The Sun
The
Sword.
Sun Sword, yeah.
The sun's.
I mean, if we do encounter Ilkara tonight, that would be quite beneficial.
It's going to happen.
You could make it's going to happen. You could make your money back on the toad just from capturing Ilkara. So that's good.
There we go.
Great. And if this doesn't happen,
We have an attraction in our inn for when we start the inn.
great. How many
got-
did they say how many people actually use this machine?
Why would they give away their secrets? Trade secrets like that?
But people must use it, right?
Yeah.
Great.
There wasn't a queue today for some reason.
Has there ever been a queue?
I've been so lucky actually with
Yeah, I remember there were children at one
there was
point.
one
but
time there was someone using it when I was there.
They were
Was it me?
very, very drunk.
Might have been Daisy.
Might be me.
No,
I
there
think
was
it was Daisy. I think it
Yeah.
was.
I think I've used it like once.
Well, now it's here. You can use it whenever you want.
Oh, but just for everyone else's, the money that goes into this thing, irrecoverable.
What?
It just vanishes. There's a magic on it. There's no container or anything in there. It just goes. I don't know where. Fucking somewhere.
To the toad.
I don't to the
Livid.
Again.
Wait, what?
He's like, nobody put a single
How much
coin in
gold
this
have you spent on the toad, do you know?
How many fortunes favor the ball?
Also, I imagine that Rowan goes to the toad every day. He just doesn't always tell you them because it's just like random prophecies.
One or two
Yeah.
a day.
A day?
He's probably
Oh my
he's probably spent like a
goodness.
good sort of 20 gold on this
Yeah.
machine.
But if you were hoping to recover the money that's already been spent on the machine, that's gone, basically.
It gives me a
Oh,
good
it
reason to
gets
catch up with
worse.
the kobolds. We have a good chat. I get some meat sticks.
Yeah, but now you haven't got a reason to go there.
You're not going to see your friend Boulder as much.
No, the toad is here.
I will. You watch.
Okay, I will then.
And with that, is there anything else just before we wrap up today's session?
Was that the other half of this episode?
There's a whole
little map here.
Oh yeah.
We could have been wandering around that.
I had 4 random encounters I was going to roll depending on the travel scenario. I've got minis back
I'm
here.
sorry.
All right, well,
I'm
let's,
sorry, everyone.
let's not delay leaving anymore. Ophelia, we're going to Alana Vedante.
Quick rapid session. It goes really bad. Roll a d20.
Let's see.
What would it be?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. I'm really sorry, Alana. Whatever. 12.
A 12.
You literally say, sorry, whatever.
I think that when you go in there, because I love the juicy driving the drama a bit further. The Armelia, Martain, is there. Oh, Sister Ophelia, it's so wonderful to see you again. Wonderful. And he says, is there anything I can help you with? Are you looking for something in particular?
Yes, I'm looking for potentially a helm, a shield, and a halberd for my friend Percival here.
Is Percival still hidden?
Yeah,
Are you
he's
keeping
still
him hidden?
robed.
He's like, oh yes, I can absolutely size this gentleman up and we can have that. Do you have a preference on anything, sir? And of course Percival is just like, I have no preference. I wish to be protective. I am Sister Ophelia's guard. And he's like, yes, we can figure something out with that. Quite a low voice that you have there. I'm afraid to... And he's like looking at you like, is there anything else or is that all you're here for today?
Ophelia just looks at the ceiling, looks around. Send Miss Vedante my apologies for our previous encounter.
I most certainly... Well, what he would say, he's like, let me see if she's just at the back. And he goes up to the back and draws the curtain back, but almost give me an insight check.
22!
You pick up, you're like, he knows she's not there, but he purposely pulls the curtain back and you see that on the counter, only visible when he pulls the curtain back, there is a vase with a few flowers in it that you would recognize. And he pulls back. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sister Ophelia. Mistress Vedante is not here currently, I'm afraid. But I will make certain to pass on your apology in the kindest terms.
Oh, thank you. We're about to leave Ashen Rest for a little quest. But we should be back in a week.
Very well, I will tell her. Perhaps, should I tell her to expect you? To call upon the store?
Set a time.
Yeah, set a date.
I'll come find her when we get back.
At your earliest convenience, you will come and see her.
I will, yes.
That sounds very wise. So, let us help your friend here. What sort of budget are you looking to spend?
I have 5 platinum and 500 gold.
550 gold then. Martain is like, we can certainly do something there. I think we can certainly do something visually stylish with
Yes.
that. And we have a few pieces. This would all have to be off the shelf, but
Of course,
we can do
yes.
that. As for the weapon, we may be able to do something a little bit more interesting. But let me see here. He kind of goes around a halberd, you say, and
Yes,
he kind of brings a
please,
few
yes.
things out. And it was a shield and a helm, basically.
Yes, yeah.
He finds a matching set of shield and helm, very plain, but kind of not black, like dark metal, but there's like a red gemstone like on the helm. The shield has like a red kind of background pattern beneath the silvery steel. So it's kind of matching and very fitting, very Ossian.
Nice.
And manages to get those equipped. As for the halberd, he will say, I will send something on to you, but I think I have something in mind. But let me go out back. Mistress Vedante's prototypes are at the back. I will need to find something. I need a little time to figure out something. But we'll do very similar to the masterwork weapon, the staff that Gruff got.
Shit.
This would be a masterwork halberd. So non-magical, but it will have some small other benefit to it.
Amazing.
So yeah,
Cool.
perfect. In fact, actually, no, I know the perfect option. It will be a collapsible halberd, so it can go from a halberd to a battle axe.
Yeah!
So that way he can use it with the shield,
Nice. That's
so he can slot it down into either a halberd or extend it to have a
sick.
two-handed
Yeah.
reach weapon. So we'll make it that. How about that? So yeah, it can be short. So the haft of it is very axe-like with a big pointed tip. This looks very sort of Vlad the Impaler, kind of big spiky tip, big curved crescent moon axe. And then the haft can be you twist and then slot it down and then lock it back into place. Yes. And then it can be and then extend it out into a full halberd.
Yeah.
Then you pull it a little further, it's an umbrella.
Pops out.
And then over a few.
Parasol for a few. Perfect. Well, with that, the Armelia Martin will sort you all out. It will cost you your whole amount of gold.
Of course, yeah.
But now Percival can have shield. He has his chainmail. Now has this extendable halberd. Perfect. And with that, I think that will set everybody up for heading out of Operations
we're like
Rest.
standing outside.
Journey
Like,
begins.
how'd it go?
She wasn't in.
Oh, good. Oh.
The flowers. The flowers I gave her.
Yeah, right? She kept them.
She kept the flowers.
Oh.
She didn't throw them away.
That is good news.
And with that, perhaps we leave things there to conclude today's episode. Yay, well done, everyone.
Hell yeah. And that means next time, new adventure.
New adventure, and some things may happen on the road, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for today's episode of High Rolls Altheya, the Dragon Empire. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. See ya. Bye-bye.